Welcome back, Fayettes and Fantasy Fiends, to the finale to Blood of Hercules by Jasmine. You're listening to Book for Two. I'm Scott.
And I'm Genevieve. If you're new here, welcome to our brand of chaos.
We bring the male and female perspectives, the wild theories, the heated debates, and of course,
the couples banter you never knew you needed, but now can't escape.
She likes her books loaded with spice, betrayal, and enough brooding females to make her own assembly of death.
And he prefers his stories with end-of-the-world stakes, blockbuster brawls, and emotional damage that hits harder than a Titan's backhand.
Every week we deep dive into the books that wreck your soul and make you cancel plans. And right now we are deep diving into Blood of Hercules by Jasmine.
And once a month we shake things up with a standalone book review. So if you love unhinged theories, emotional damage, and two readers yelling about their fictional obsessions, you're in the right place.
Now it's time for our favorite part where we let you know what's going on with our lives.
Let's start with the big one. The release of Bonds of Hercules. We committed to cosplaying Alexis and Augustus. So much fun. We picked up both of our copies, one from Barnes & Noble in Destin and the other from Salt and Story in Niceville, Florida.
Yeah, now some of us did commit more than others. You got the white contact lens to pull off the heterochromia. I did enjoy the character, and if I do commit to Augustus or switch to Achilles, I am going to upgrade the costume and go full cosplay. And same thing with my Lucian as well.
I love that. I love that we got into the cosplay for this. I hesitated on the contact lens. There is an actual one that is full white, but it says that you can't see. So I'm not sure that I was that committed, but that would be the step up as far as the contact lens goes for me.
I still think a couple other cosplays you can easily pull off without even wigs or anything else by from Arcana. And
I would love to work on that one. Sabine. I could do Sabine.
And Sabine. Yeah, that's how I was thinking of Sabine Wren from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Easy.
I feel like the Mandalorian would be a little bit harder. I could start with their base costume because I know that there's a super easy base one. But I think we really need to get together with the cosplay people at the Crestview Library thing. I know that they're up there doing all the cool cosplay stuff. Hey, if you're out there and you're listening to us, give us a shout.
Well, I also want to learn how all these cosplayers go to thrift stores and find stuff and how they're able to eye things and be like, oh, I can turn this into this.
Exactly. I need some guidance.
Because I don't want to spend like $1,000 for someone to make me a cosplay when I could probably just go get it and make it myself for probably a fraction of that, like $100.
We just need to know where to look.
And how to make the things too, like what fabrics and stuff. Because I could probably easily make a toga for Augustus and Achilles. That's probably not hard.
You just probably need a sheet.
Yeah.
And know exactly where to pin it.
No, it's not a sheet because they didn't use sheet back then because they didn't have that material back then. If I'm going to do it, I would have a legit toga, a real Greek toga, like the material that they would use. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to cosplay, you should at least try to get as close as possible, I'd imagine.
Well, yeah, you're going to want to try to, but when you're starting out, you're going to get what you can.
Yeah. I also am curious about the wig situation. People literally just go with full-on fake wigs. Do they make their own wigs? Do they just buy expensive-ass wigs? I'm pretty sure if you are trying to pull off a wig, it has to be legit because the wig, to me, would really pull the character off more than anything. Because if you have a shitty wig, you're not going to pull the character off.
Yeah, the wig makes it or breaks it. My wig is okay. Yours is fabulous. You clearly know who you are. We forgot your crown the other day and we're like, you're still you without the crown.
The issue with my wig is it is very cheap. Geralt, for instance, the way his hair is, or anyone that has long hair like that, what they were missing was like a little bit of short hair in the front. That they had. Yeah. And then, so whenever I tied it back, it was too tight and I don't want to say feminine, but it was a little too feminine looking.
It didn't give you the look that you were looking for.
Exactly.
The rugged, I've just pulled this back in the middle of battle to get it out of my face.
Exactly.
I get it.
So I would just like to find like a better wig for that.
We only spent $20 and I had to cut it in half.
The only thing I'm scared of with Achilles is how I would look with a top knot.
We can go find one.
But then again, I'll be full muzzled up. So that might change things.
And you have to learn how to put contact lenses in.
Yeah. I can touch my eyeball. I'm not too worried about that. It's probably getting used to the feeling of having something on my eye.
You just blink a lot.
Yes.
That's what I did. I just blinked the whole time.
All right. Enough about cosplay. So still speaking of Bonds of Hercules, we do have a signed copy by Jasmine, Barnes of Noble's edition that we are giving away.
You can earn up to 10 entries. To get one entry, just follow us on TikTok and comment Team Mentor or Team Professor under the giveaway post on our TikTok.
For 3 more entries, follow us on your favorite podcast listening platform, screenshot it, and post it on our TikTok giveaway post.
And for the final 6 entries, all you have to do is comment on this episode, screenshot it, and post it on our TikTok giveaway post.
Final day to enter is Saturday, November 8th, and we will be announcing the winner during our Bonds of Hercules premiere, November 13th.
So mark those days in your calendar. But wait, there's more. November 10th, we'll be dropping our spoiler-free review of Blood of Hercules, plus a spoiler section talking about our favorite moments. Looking at you, Chapter 11.
Next up, Book Club. November's pick is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. We'll be meeting November 17th at Salt and Story in Niceville, Florida. But you can also join from anywhere on our Discord if you are out of town. Links are in the description below.
And since we're coming up on Booked for Two's 1-year anniversary, we're celebrating with the 2025 Booked for Two Awards. We've got serious categories like Best Book Boyfriend and Best Redemption Arc.
And some not so serious ones like Most Stabbable and Biggest Asshole.
We'll be revealing one category and its nominees every week on social media. So make sure you're following along and ready to vote.
Finally, if you're a local business owner in the Panhandle, or if any of our listeners are business owners, preferably small business, we would like to partner with you and get your business out there to our listeners.
If this is something you're interested in, please email us at bookedfor2podcast@gmail.com. As two people who own small businesses, as well as this podcast being a small business, we would love to help others out. Okay, before we hit play on the trauma, quick warning. This episode will contain spoilers for Blood of Hercules. Consider this your official spoiler shield.
And another warning. This show's more Tarantino than Christmas Hallmark. You might even say it's dark Hallmark. There's sex, violence, bad language, and worse decisions. You've been warned.
Last week, we ended on pure chaos. The initiation ball went from black tie to bloodbath real quick. And just when it couldn't get wilder, Alexis and the wolves pulled off a dance so hot, half of Sparta needed a cold shower.
Yeah, and right when we thought it was over, Titan attack, screaming everywhere, and boom, Alexis and Helen get snatched by a Spartan in a jaguar mask. Mask comes off, she says, "Yoo! Crank that soldier, boy!" All right. And then we had to wait a whole damn week to find out who it is.
This week it all comes to a head. The Blood of Hercules finale. We're finally getting answers and probably a few emotional sucker punches along the way.
Who's behind the mask? Is it Theros, Pine, Drex, or good old Mr. Jenkins from the abandoned amusement park? Whoever it is, someone's getting unmasked Scooby-Doo style tonight.
And while the mysteries unravel, Alexis is about to face the biggest one of all. Who she really is and what she's truly capable of.
Who's the Asshole is back, Spartan Center's locked and loaded, and this finale's got everything: blood, betrayal, and one hell of an identity crisis.
Grab a drink, grab a snack, and hang on to your sanity, because it's time to unmask some monsters.
All right, before we head out, if you're still listening, hit follow and leave a quick review. It's free, takes almost no time, and helps more people like you find the show. We put a lot into this every week, so that small thing actually goes a very long way.
And if you're not already part of our little chaos corner online, why not? Come hang out. We post sneak peeks, unfiltered nonsense. We go live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. Sometimes it's deep theories. Sometimes it's Scott accidentally reading smut to the internet. You really never know what you're going to get.
Come join our Discord. It is pure insanity. It's people losing their minds over plot twists, dropping unfiltered takes, and somehow bonding over it. If that sounds like your kind of therapy, get in there.
And for my visual learners and facial expression enthusiasts, YouTube is officially live. Full episodes, full spirals, and every single side eye I throw at Scott. All preserved in HD glory.
We've got merch. Grab something if you want to support the show at bookfor2.com.
We're talking t-shirts for your book hangovers, mugs for your emotional support caffeine, notebooks for your unhinged theories, even vanity plates. It's branded chaos. Okay, spoiler shield is up. This episode covers Blood of Hercules, and Jasmine Mass gave us a full content warning, which we are passing on. Quote,
"This is a story of dark romance and darker obsession. Please note that it contains themes that may be triggering for some readers. There is violence, depictions of murder, stalking, suicidal thoughts, bullying, explicit language, and betrayal. For a full list, please see the author's website, JasmineMassBooks.com. It's a slow burn, but there are open door scenes. Please take care of yourself."
If any of these aren't your jam, now's your chance to tap out. Oh. All right, the warnings drop, the tea is hot, and the chaos is unlocked.
Let's dive into episode 38, the finale of Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass.
Let's turn the page. The Slayer, Chapter 28, Alexis.
Turns out the real monsters aren't titans. They're just dudes with god complexes and bad timing.
Alexis wakes up bound like she's lost the world's worst trust fall. She's dazed, confused, and there's some dude monologuing nearby about how she should have left Sparta and now she has to die like the rest. Real comforting wake-up vibes. And then her eyes focus. It's a full-blown horror movie set. Skulls, bones, ropes still tied to the walls. The man's basically been playing DIY Murder Dungeon for years.
And the man behind the mask is Mr. Jenkins from the amusement park? And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you.
Dang meddling kids or something like that.
That's been a hot mess. I watched Scooby-Doo. Anyway.
I don't even like that show.
What?
I don't like Scooby-Doo. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off there.
If there's that dead silence, if you are not watching YouTube, is my shocked face. Who doesn't like Scooby-Doo? It's a bunch of hippies getting high as shit, especially Shaggy and Scooby. Just getting blitzed and chasing ghosts. That is our life right now. Like, we are literally Scooby-Dooing all the time.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Just saying.
We are, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Broke my brain.
Wasn't Mr. Jenkins. It was Theros.
Knew it.
Mr. Rightful Heir to Nothing himself. Turns out the fertility curse wasn't divine wrath at all. It was him playing God out of jealousy. The man's been personally culling every Zeus-born mutt because he couldn't stand not being special. He's the kind of guy who'd flunk out of Hogwarts and still write a memoir about how the Sorting Hat ruined his life. Alexis tries to make sense of it, asks what the Siren and Maxim have to do with all of this, and he just stares like he's glitching. So, not one psycho, but two. Love it.
She tugs at the ropes, but he just smirks like a true serial killer cliche. And then he picks up a crowbar, but he smashes it into the wall. And the scream echoes from somewhere deep out in the woods. It's the kind of sound that makes your stomach drop and your soul file for divorce. Theros smiles and starts monologuing again. They really never learn. The Titan attack at the ball, it was fake. Total ruse. He's been summoning Titans to do his dirty work, including the one that killed Leo. So basically, he's Dr. Frankenstein if Frankenstein outsourced to Uber Eats. Cue the screaming getting closer.
Alexis screams for Nyx to wake up and without missing a beat, goes straight for the bite. But Theros triggers a shield and rage quits mid-battle. And then poof, gone. Now it's just Alexis by herself because Nyx and Helen are out cold and there's no one coming to save her. So she does the unthinkable, slams her bound hands against the floor until bones snap. Blood everywhere. It's Saul Spartan edition.
Ugh. Helen wakes up screaming through her mask, but Alexis is too busy trying not to black out while dislocating her thumbs like it's her new Olympic sport. Finally, she slips free, hands mangled and bleeding, but the crowbar's useless and Helen's still tied up. Helen finally shouts. She's got a knife strapped to her thigh. Thanks, Augustus, for being neurotic about self-defense. Alexis, operating on pure rage and adrenaline, grabs it and starts sawing through the ropes with broken fingers and questionable sanity.
Then the Titan shows up. Tall, skeletal, sharp teeth. The walls shake. The door caves. Alexis keeps cutting. Helen screaming, and the Titan lunges. And Alexis jams the knife straight into its eye. Ugh. It reels back, shrieking. She slams its head in the door and shoves it shut. It's not going to hold. She's got one play left. So she says, screw it. Domos.
The world bends and reality flickers, and suddenly they're standing in the snow at the Dolomite Coliseum. Nyx grumbles about being smushed and slithers off like she didn't just cross dimensions. Heroine and Augustus are there, cloaked and freezing, staring at Alexis's shredded hands in horror. Heroine's voice cuts through the chaos like a blade.
Who the fuck did this to you?
A peek at Book Talk line. 10 out of 10. All right. Augustus pulls a gun. Helen bursts into tears. And Alexis? She's past broken. She's incandescent with rage.
The arena's packed. Every house, every initiate, Augustus, Pine, Drex, all watching in shock. Drex waves her over, but she's already zeroed in. Karen tries to grab her, but it's too late. She's shaking, bleeding, and done pretending, raises one mangled hand, points dead at the house of Zeus. And the crowd freezes. The man sees her coming, and everyone's jaw drops as Alexis rips off the lion mask and lunges.
All right, let's talk some shit.
Okay.
That motherfucker Theros. Knew it.
You sure it wasn't Old Man Jenkins?
I'm pretty sure it was not Old Man Jenkins.
Since you hate Scooby-Doo so much?
I'm sorry about hating Scooby-Doo.
I can see hating Scrappy-Doo because he was an annoying little fuck, but Scooby and Shag?
I just didn't like the whole show.
The other three I can see, but Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, they were just getting high and trying to get the munchies on.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, that was their whole bit.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure that it's not some kind of instilled thought in my head.
Ask that.
Yeah, I'm honestly not.
Knowing
because
I wonder if
they
like
were
fucking
getting
hippies.
Because they were getting high that whole time. I'm wondering, and I question it still.
Yeah, because it's definitely implied that they were constantly high.
Oh yeah, and I knew that the whole time. I liked the smart one, whichever the smart
Velma?
one was. Yeah, Velma. I
Of
liked
course
Velma.
you did. Shocking.
Shut up.
Velma was your favorite.
Yes, I watched 3 episodes. So I like the smart one. The other ones are idiots. The jock dude, whatever his name is, come on.
Now I got to remember their damn names. So we got Shaggy, Scooby, Velma,
Oh my
Daphne.
God. Yeah.
And no one
And
gives
Daphne.
a fuck.
Come on, Daphne.
All I can see
Daphne was such a ditz.
all I can see is Freddie Prinze Jr. playing him.
Wait, isn't that his name?
Fred. Fred. Yeah,
oh,
you're right.
wait,
Yeah.
isn't that his name? Fred?
Nice.
And he was just your typical frat boy. I was like, oh.
But
he's dumb.
Look,
dumb.
the Scooby-Doo movie was actually pretty funny.
I haven't seen it.
For what it was. Actually, this is perfect. The Scooby-Doo movie reminds me of this book. It's so over the top.
It's like trying to turn all of the tropes on its own
Exactly.
head.
Like it was, paying homage to the old school Scooby-Doo while also making fun of the tropes because everyone hates Scrappy. So making Scrappy the bad guy of that and everyone literally saying in that movie, oh my God, you're fucking annoying is hilarious because it was a meta joke. And that's exactly what this book is. She's not saying that romantasy is stupid. She's just making fun of some of the outlandish shit that happens in some of these books.
Yeah.
With the, who the fuck did this to you? That's the perfect trope.
Oh, it's the best one.
But they are actually murderous. The guys in the actual romantasy books say it, but you never see them murder somebody. These guys actually murdered people. And that's why it's hilarious and over the top, just like the Scooby-Doo movie.
Okay. I can accept that. Maybe I'll check out the Scooby-Doo movie then.
Yeah, it's made to be ridiculous. That's the whole point of it.
Okay.
Just like this book is made to be ridiculous.
All right. Then I'll try it with that in mind.
Yeah. Speaking of ridiculous, he was also murdering everybody in the Zeus lineage.
So they weren't having fertility issues. They were having serial killer. Why do you think he was murdering all the heirs to the House of Zeus?
Well,
do you think it's because his powers were weak? And he was worried that one of them would have stronger powers than him?
Actually, I would say he's got probably one of the best powers for an Olympian. He has an entire
He can only
wall.
hold it for like 2 hours. That's it.
2 hours is a lot of time to get.
And Augustus could just sit there like this and wait.
Have you been in a battle?
What got to be in a battle for? He could just be sitting in their dungeon and they'll just be like, we'll wait.
It doesn't matter.
We'll wait those 2 hours, you dumbass.
2 hours, he can easily get away. He can just poof. So, look, I got my wall, poof. And how are they going to find him?
I mean,
I'm just saying, you can't find him because, remember, Domos, you have to go wherever home is. So their home is not going to be the same home as Theros. So he could just put up his wall and be like, poof, bitches. Poof, bitches.
I think because of how weak his powers truly were, because of the timing, not because of what they could do, but because of the length of time he could hold them.
Time.
I think that's why Augustus gave him that shit for it in the classroom. Was you can only hold it for this.
It's more than that. Theros represents your typical billionaire asshole child who's the only one ever raised. He's going to be the next, I hate to say it, Baron Trump. I'll say it.
And I'm not disagreeing with you, but he was concerned because, okay, yeah, he's full-blooded. So, yes, he automatically ranks higher. But what if some of these mutts have better powers and they're more powerful?
I don't think it's a power thing. It's not a power thing. No. Yeah, he's butthurt about the Thonics making fun of him, but there's nothing he can do about it. No matter who he marries or kills, he can't change what his powers are and make him better. So he's just doing it because he wants to be the heir of Zeus. That's it. It's that simple.
Okay. He's just a dick. Okay.
I think he's got a fucking badass power. Like I said, that's the only power that could probably stop the Thonics. He's not going to be able to fight them, but he can easily get away from them. Easily. 2 hours, he only needs 2 seconds. Because again, put up my wall, poof, and I'm gone.
Yeah.
And I can hide. And if they show where I'm at, I'll do it again.
Unless someone is inside the bubble with him. And then he's fucked.
Yeah, but they have to get right up on him.
That's true. How far away was the bubble? Like a foot, 2 feet? What did they say?
Yeah, you have to pretty much be hugging the dude.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's talk about this tinfoil hat, though. I want to put mine on. Where did Nick slither off to?
She's fate.
You think so?
It's she's either fate or she's one of Medusa's.
Something is what? What just happened?
I can't say it. Fuck.
Because
we read the first 3 chapters of Bonds. I think I know where she went because I know where she went.
Okay. All right. All right. So we don't know where she went.
I'm just gonna say it like this. Everyone in Sparta was distracted by this. Everyone in Sparta is here. And everyone is distracted. Who is jailed up? Bam! So maybe she's not fate.
I want to point out in the tinfoil hat that it was noted that there weren't animal protectors present.
Yes.
Do you think that's important now based on that?
Yes. Our listeners know that we read ahead. I'm not going to say anything for this chapter. We're going to talk about this, why the animal protectors weren't there, why Nick slid it off. It's a tinfoil hat that I just came up with. But we have to wait until Karen's chapter to talk about it. So remind me in Karen's chapter.
Okay. To talk about where she slithered off to?
What I think is happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And we still don't know who made these damn Titans.
No, we don't.
Do you have a new theory on that based on what you've just thought about?
It's got to be coming from Theros, because Theros knew that they were there. I still think it's the initiates, the old initiates being turned into Titans.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Okay.
I can't think.
Okay. All right. The quote, of course, is the book talk quote, "Who the fuck did this to you?"
Yep.
So, did you have anything super special about this chapter?
My pick for this chapter is her pulling that full saw and smashing her hands to break them free. That's badass. You know how much that fucking would hurt to smash your hands like that to get free?
And on top of that, she sawed through with a tiny ass knife with her mangled hands.
If anybody does not think Alexis is a fucking badass after all the shit that she has suffered her entire life, with all the trauma this girl's gone through, she's ready to fucking destroy people like Theros.
Let's talk about my pick because it's along those same lines. I just wanted to point out that in this chapter, when she fractured bones, the bones poked through her skin. So now she has open wounds.
Oh, yeah. We knew that the blood thing was going to come into play.
Yeah.
All this blood.
Yes. Lots and lots of blood.
All the blood. And quick trope call out, which goes back to the
Ooh,
quote.
yes.
Who the fuck did this to you?
Yes. It's a trope. That's fine.
Yeah.
And they're willing to follow up on the who did this to you. So
A little bit too much.
yes, a little bit over the top for sure. It's excessive. Yeah. All right.
You ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go.
The Consequences, Chapter 29, Alexis.
Family drama, political chaos, and surprise engagements because obviously she can't have one normal day.
Hell hath no fury. And now being a Broody Bunch member, she was actually born from hell. She had Theros by the neck before anyone could react, and that forced him to activate his shield that no one could pierce exactly how she wanted it. While this asshole tried pleading with her, Alexis wasn't having it and headbutted his stupid ass. A little more scuffling than Theros had the upper hand, literally around her throat. But her plan worked. Now all of Sparta knows who he is and what he has done, and as he rears back to punch her, she feels the familiar pain in her chest, and his attack stops.
He starts foaming at the mouth and lets out this unholy shriek, and his shield flickers. And that's all it takes. The Olympians start to rush in, but the Broody Bunch hold them back. While Patro tells Alexis, let him go. What do you mean, let him go? She's barely hanging on to consciousness, much less control. And then Patro channels his inner yoga instructor. Calm voice, deep breaths. Picture the pain leaving your chest. And it works. The pain fades, and so does her mental grip on Theros. And then Patro drops the bomb. The pain she's been feeling? Yeah, it turns out chthonic powers don't come from the mind. They come from the heart.
Aw.
Cue the collective gasp from everyone with a pulse.
It's like a Care Bear, Grumpy Bear. And it was confirmed when Theros mentioned her eyes being bloody, and all Sparta was silent. Everyone's in trouble because here comes Daddy Devil demanding answers. Patrick explains to Hades everything that has happened, and Theros knows how dead he was when he heard Helen's surname. Then, at the end of his explanation, Patro tells Hades he believes Alexis' blood can cause physical pain. All of Sparta was up in arms, and Zeus was shocked, literally. Had to put this dumb dad joke in there. Sorry, guys. She was not a member of the Parches family, after all. She has always been Jan Broody.
This finally explains all the pain in her chest, including her bond with Fluffy. She starts replaying the moments, the 4 times she felt that same ache. Her foster mom, the red-eyed devil, the boys in the massacre, Christos, the female siren. She killed them. Every single one. And she's not handling this realization well at all. Honestly, who would? Imagine finding out your oops moments included murder. This whole time she thought her powers were low tier, like Jubilee shooting sparkles. But nope, she's Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force. Full destruction mode.
And it's about this time that she realizes that her power might be able to kill an immortal. And words do matter. Her next line is, "It shouldn't have been possible." This could be a nugget for the next book.
Sounds like it.
While this is happening, Hades ended up doing the math since the last time a chthonic heiress was born. And oh, look, it just so happened to be his heiress. Oh, Zeus! Zeus had told Hades that their daughter was killed in a Titan attack confirmed by Vico from the House of Hermes. Luckily, Patro has those juicy truth-telling powers. He uses them to find out what happened to their beloved Hercules, the 8 letters embroidered on her onesie.
Boom, Hercules. So during the attack on Zeus's palace, Vico had found the nurses dead. He grabbed the baby and leapt into a rural wasteland, which is Montana. He passed out, woke up, and then the baby was gone. There was blood everywhere, and that's the truth. Alexis feels the scar on her sternum, the one that still doesn't make sense, realizes that it's a stab wound. And there's more to this story, but puzzle pieces are starting to click. And then, miracle of miracles, an actual touching moment from the spawns of hell themselves, tears of joy. Hades and Persephone finally find their lost daughter.
Aww.
For Alexis, this is brand new. Love, warmth, actual hugs. But she leans into it. For the first time ever, she doesn't just survive, she lets herself be loved.
That didn't last long because we are back to politics. Because she's an heiress that has participated in the Crucible without her consent, mind you, she is now dishonored. What the fuck? And Zeus has the absolute gall, audacity. What other words that are synonymous with that? Of a typical out-of-touch douchebag billionaire trying to sweep his white boy rich privileged son's attempted murder under the rug by asking to join houses through arranged marriage. What in the absolute fuckery is that?
Oh my God.
While we are here, let's give a shout out to the white privileged upper class douchebags in real life who got off penalty free for their abhorrent crimes. And go.
Recently, out of Oklahoma, let's talk about Jesse Mack Butler. He raped 2 16-year-olds, choked them unconscious, waited for them to wake up, and did it again. Asshole. Then there's Brock Turner, now going by Alan Turner in Dayton, Ohio, Stanford University's pride and joy. Convicted on 3 felony sexual assault charges and served a whopping 6 fucking months. There's more of these monsters, but I'm not listing them for shock value. I'm listing them so we never forget their fucking names. Anyway, back to Olympus, residence narcissist. When Zeus gets called out for his dumbass proposal, he actually tries to pivot and say, Helen's dishonored by association. Excuse me, what is this? Ancient fucking Afghanistan? Sparta's starting to sound an awful lot like the Taliban.
This was a perfect time for Karen to step in and let everyone know she can't marry because she is already betrothed to him and his partner, Augustus. Just when Alexis' day couldn't be more fucked up, she finds out she is engaged to not 1, but 2 psychos. They even had Patro check to see if he was lying, and survey says he's telling the truth. They sent the boxes that held 2 customary gifts, symbols of protection, body parts, and priceless heirlooms, the things that glinted at the bottom of the box that she didn't check. And the other gifts, the fucking blanket and the clothes off their backs. So the sweater is Karen's.
Oh my God. Alexis, pissed? That's the understatement of the century. She's not mad. She's incandescent. I really like that word. He's known since Christos that she was chthonic. And suddenly, every cryptic comment, every sideways look, it all starts to make sense. She's the loophole, the ticket out of marrying an Olympian. Oh, sure, he says it's for her honor. Nothing says respect like a surprise engagement. 19 years later, Persephone's still out here momming through the chaos, reassuring Alexis, hey, it's okay, we'll make sure everything's all right. And then someone finally asks who the other partner is. And it's none other than his spit roast partner in crime, the Eiffel to Karen's Tower, Augustus. Thank you for that.
You're welcome for those words.
Oh, thank you.
So both older men with much more life experience and knowledge of the Spartan laws, as well as loopholes, basically use Alexis for their personal gain. But we're going to forgive them because they're hot shadow daddies.
Sure.
However, law says they can't marry another Broody Bunch member, and cue loophole. They can't marry from the 10 listed names. And Alexis was rightfully enraged now. And now back to our ridiculous Spartan laws. Now that Alexis Hercules is part of the Broody Bunch, she must now join the Assembly of Death and compete in the gladiator competition. We'll be seeing that in book 2.
Ooh, and that goes over super well with the parents and the newly betrothed. Totally calm. There's no screaming. Just kidding. Everyone fucking lost their minds. Alexis, she just stands there vibrating with rage. She's ready to do it. She's got murderous fury. She's ready to live in it. Eventually, things settled enough for graduation to happen, but that's pure chaos too. Jerry Springer meets Mount Olympus. And just like that, Alexis is officially a Spartan citizen, a proud new member of the Assembly of Death. They wanted a monster? She'll give them one. After graduation, Persephone tries to ask her about her eye, and Alexis brushes it off. Meanwhile, WSDL beelines straight to Theros. And Alexis, she takes her shot, literally, and leaps away.
Okay, let's talk some shit. And everybody who's listening, please be patient. This is a very long chapter. A lot of shit happening, a lot of answers.
Yes.
So the first big takeaway, this is where everyone realizes that she is chthonic and that her blood causes pain, possible real death for the Spartans. We don't know. Words matter. It's in there. 2 little sentences.
I think it does cause death. And I think the only reason was Patro.
Yeah. And I also think that because we are talking tropes, this is a trope with her being the most overpowered person, because if that is true, then she would be the most overpowered and most dangerous.
For sure. And even worse than Achilles, because Achilles, they can put a muzzle on him so he can't use his voice powers. How do you stop someone whose power is their blood? What's
funny is everybody calls Hades the god of death when she is technically the god of death, which she might take over. Oh, what if that's the end game and she becomes the next god of death after Hades? Hades retires.
Family.
That's what I'm saying. Like the family biz. That'd be cool. Yeah, at the end, she just becomes the next Hades. She becomes the goddess of death.
I love it. She takes over the underworld.
Jasmine Mass, if you haven't written book 3 yet, there is a book 3. Goddess of death, please.
I love it. Unfortunately, she does think of herself as a murderer.
Yeah, speaking of goddess of death.
Yeah,
she'd be a shitty goddess of death if she doesn't like her job.
I don't think she enjoys killing
No.
at all. Now she's considering herself a murderer. That's just another one to her trauma bucket. This poor girl. That was not her intention at any of this.
And I like where Jasmine Mass went with this, because we dealt with the childhood trauma. Now we're going to be dealing with this type of trauma in probably book 2. Yeah, this girl just can't catch a goddamn break, and it's just trauma after trauma. But from what I understand, Jasmine Mass has written her character the best trauma written character from what a lot of people, like a lot of professionals have read this and said that this is what trauma actually looks like. Because a lot of people have said that the structure of the book, they don't like it. But that's the way our thought process is. Like when you and I think, we think like that. We don't think in like full paragraphs. It's like blah, 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 like one little lines.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And then sometimes things are external. Sometimes it's internal monologue. So yeah, we get it.
But I do like how she's showing how she deals with trauma. But it also seems like that she is tired of this shit and she's about to handle business.
That's exactly what it sounds like. She is tired of being manipulated. Let's talk about that manipulation. She is betrothed to Augustus and Karen.
Yes.
Because they tricked her.
Yep.
And rightfully pissed.
And again, this goes back to the overuse of the tropes. This happens all the time in these books. Xaden, perfect example, where he was using his mind powers on Violet. And then we find out, like in book 2, that he had been doing it all along to make sure that she was safe or some bullshit. But basically was still doing it without her permission. Mm-hmm. And then she was maybe pissed for like 2 seconds. It was like, but you're hot. It's fine. And then when Dane accidentally did it, fucking kill him. It's like absolutely insane. Like the difference of the two.
Yeah, hypocrisy or the double standard.
Yes.
There we go.
And
double standard.
That's what they're showing here is all this happened behind her back, but it's okay because they're hot, right?
She doesn't think it's okay. She is pissed. And now she has to join the Assembly of Death and do the competition because she participated in the Crucible. Now she has to participate in the competition.
Yep, just keep adding more shit to her plate.
And she doesn't care. She's pissed. She needs somewhere to let all of this rage out. And she's sure, I'll do it. And everyone's still trying to make decisions for her. No, we'll protect her. No, my daughter shouldn't have to do this. And she's, fuck off. I said I'll do it. I'm going to do it. This is my decision. And then she's like,
but think about it. Think about why she wants to do it. She is pissed at the Broody Bunch. And what better way to get back at the Broody Bunch but to be right there with them? So she's going to start playing games with them now. She's okay, you play games with me? Yeah, I'll join the Assembly of Death. Let's do this.
I hope so.
I'll guarantee she is. She's going to have a plan for these fuckers. So I really believe this is still going to be a why choose, just not the why choose and what we think. I think this is not going to be a I'm in love with you why choose. I'm in love with all of you. I think this is going to be a all right, I'm going to get mine and fuck them up at the same time.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? So we're going to do our tinfoil hat section. We're going to start with the tinfoil hats that have been closed and to see if we got them right or wrong.
Okay.
Let's start with the first one that you got, and that is Theros being the one behind the mask.
Yes.
And being the one behind the letters and that person. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about the one that you got right about Theros' power, though.
Yes. That it was going to be used in that capacity. Yeah.
Yes.
It was either going to be used to protect Alexis or for him to get his ass beat somehow.
Yeah. You called that. You're like, ooh, that's going to come back into play later.
But you also called Theros' motive, too. You said it was him being jealous of all the other heirs and mutts because he wanted to be the only one.
It was just that head snap when Zeus was talking to her at the symposium where he was like, you want to train her with me? What? And it was that jealous flick right there.
Another one that got answered was the pain in her chest. So we now know what the pain in her chest is. So that is her power, which we all knew was chthonic. We got this one wrong, I would say. And that's because we thought that it was just being activated when whoever stabbed her was around. That's what I thought. You thought power, though, right?
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was her activating her power.
I thought she was like feeling it. Ooh, like whenever somebody's around her, that felt icky. Sometimes that happens.
That's a very interesting theory too. I didn't think about that, but I think it really solidified it when Heron was talking about activating his power and he felt it in his chest, and I was like, oh, that's where she's feeling hers too. So she's chthonic.
So we are going to do some tinfoil hats that are still up in the air for book 2.
Yes.
So we're going to go to when she was a baby, and we're going to break that down. Let's start with they were at House Zeus. They got attacked because there was an assembly there. Both nurses were murdered. I'm going to guess she was stabbed during that whole thing, and that's when Vico grabbed her up, and that's how he got the blood on him, because after he poofed, he probably got the blood on him, which made him pass out, and she crawled away, which was the blood from her being stabbed.
Okay.
So I don't think Vico did it. I believe him because Patro obviously touched him. He did what he was supposed to do. He got her away, but then I think he got touched by her blood, and that's what made him pass out, and then she just got away from him.
So do you think that she was stabbed before?
Yes. Whoever murdered her nurses stabbed her.
Ooh, and then he just happened to grab her at that time.
Yes. With all the chaos and the Titan attack and whatever, he saw that they were dead. He did what he had to do. He was like, I got to save this baby. So he's a hero, really.
That actually was mentioned back in chapter 6.
Yeah.
There was a callback to a memory of being stabbed and a man screaming.
So
the man screaming was probably Vico.
Yeah, so he definitely got stabbed, I think, before. He got the blood on him after they poofed. He passed out. She crawled away, and to him, it looked like she got attacked and killed.
So she probably didn't accidentally activate her powers, which is why Vico is still alive.
Exactly. And he probably didn't know about the stab wound because he was just trying to hurry the fuck out of there. And it just happened so quickly because it said after he poofed, he passed out. Like after they got there.
Okay. I'm excited to see where that leads and who stabbed her. So that's a whole big.
Do we have even a guess?
It was a whole Spartan Federation that was there. So you're going
to think this is crazy. I'm like in the Arctic Ocean at this point. Helen.
What?
Wanting to be the only female? It's possible this happens. Pretending to be like the nice girl and then ends up being her all along. Agatha all along. It's Helen all along.
I would be shocked and I would be.
But wouldn't it be?
I would feel so betrayed.
But
I would feel so betrayed.
But it's so perfect though because she's too nice. She is too Cindy Broody.
She's 16. She has
16-year-olds are incapable.
Brother.
She also has the most dangerous power.
She has dark powers.
Dark powers. hers that we don't know about yet. So we are still...
we don't know what hers are.
Again, that's a wild theory.
I like it. Oh, yeah, you were way out there in the ocean. And that's okay, though.
We have nobody else.
That's okay, though. You can be way out there in the ocean. That's like in the Jurassic Park. You shouldn't have been out there. They shouldn't have been out there.
It's too convenient to be Zeus. It's too convenient.
Oh, way too convenient to be Zeus. It wasn't Zeus. It was...
Zeus is a dumbass. Yeah. Because he didn't even know what the fuck's going on with his own son. He's that aloof, rich asshole who has no idea what's going on about anything.
I agree. I feel like we're both agreeing that Alexis is going to do something about the Spartan laws being so archaic and stupid. She is going to, I feel like she's going to turn this on its head somehow, some way.
Yeah. And these Spartan laws, I think, are the author's way of showing how some of these laws in all these other countries are so archaic and how they treat women. Because again, just because she was in the Crucible, she is now dishonored. I'm not trying to call out religions, but it sounds very Islamic because that's how they treat women. If something happens, you've dishonored us. You dishonored the family.
And it wasn't even something she did. It was something that was done to her, and she survived it.
What I'm saying, off. Be like, you're a fucking badass.
Survived.
Yeah, and she was topping her class. Not only that, she was topping her fucking class.
Oh my god! Like fuck these guys.
That's what I'm saying. This is about bringing down the patriarchy. Sparta represents the patriarchy.
Oh, I love it. Yes, bring down the patriarchy.
Alexis
fucking stupid.
That's what it is. Alexis is going to bring down the patriarchy, baby.
Yes.
She's bringing it down.
All right. One last tinfoil hat.
All right.
Where did she leap to?
We all know it's Charlie.
Yeah. That one face that she had in mind.
Even if I didn't read ahead, I would have said Charlie because Charlie has to come back.
It says with one face in my mind.
Yeah.
So it's clearly going to be Charlie.
Yeah. That's a little puddle, tinfoil hat. Little itty bitty puddle.
I was just going to be a thimble and have accidentally dropped some water into it.
All right, so we do not have a quote for this chapter just because there is so much going on that we just had a lot to talk about. That's why my pick is not insane or funny. It's just Alexis being pissed about everything because I feel like she has every fucking right to be pissed and to just want to burn it all down. And I hope she does.
I hope she does too, especially now that we've determined she's after the patriarchy, essentially.
Yeah, except for your pick. Except for your pick.
Yeah. I love this. Hades held her back.
Yeah.
Hades held Persephone back because they were like, sorry, she has to participate in all this other shit now. And Persephone's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And just that line, Hades held her back. I'm sorry, Hades held Persephone back?
Well, what I like about this is it shows that Hades and Persephone are good parents. This is our character call out too.
Oh, love it.
That they were so happy that she was back. They never wanted her to be gone. They were super sad. They thought she died.
Yes. They're ready to take on everybody to keep her home with them now. She's finally back and they're trying to like, oh, so she's got to do those things. No, she's going to go be our daughter now. Calm the fuck down.
And the last thing we have is a lore talk, but we already jumped deep into that one. That's just about the entire thing with her being a baby.
Why did he rescue her to Montana?
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that. That's right. Why Montana? Because when you are thinking of a place to go, you had to have either been there before or that's your home. So he has been there before. That's a good question. But the House of Hades and the zone is there too. That's a good question.
And that's also where Augustus, no, he went to the woods. I don't know. Never mind. That's fucking, we should not have read those chapters. All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it.
Charlie, chapter 30. Alexis.
Charlie, it's a little bird on Charlie.
Oh, man, that was fabulous.
From murder guilt to brotherly love and back to red flags. Let's go home.
It's almost pitch black when she lands in Montana. She starts immediately calling for Charlie, but there's nothing, just wind and silence. As she searches through the woods, her mind won't let up. The realization is sinking in. She's been the monster all along. She killed people. Accidentally, sure, but murder's still murder when it's your hands. Then the guilt really digs in. This voice in her head whispering that Charlie doesn't want to be found, that he's hiding because she left him. And then someone calls her name, and her heart stops. Spartans already? But no, it's Charlie.
Charlie. Can you imagine?
Oh my God. He's grinning like sunshine after a storm. He scoops her up and carries her to his makeshift shelter like it's the safest place in the world.
All right. Charlie had grown, but he was still starved. She told him what happened, and he told her the whole school was talking about it. Then, of course, he apologized for not protecting her.
Aww.
She asks where Fluffy is, and he tells her she didn't make it. With Alexis gone, Nyx wasn't there to feed her. The one bright spot in her and Charlie's lives had gone out. Alexis makes a promise that she'll never leave him again, ever. They fall asleep and wake to dogs barking. Then the covering gets ripped away, and standing there are the mentors and professors with their protectors. Because apparently this girl can't even have a mental breakdown in peace. The fuck?
And cue Heron doing what Heron does best, overreacting like a weaponized red flag. The man pulls a gun on Charlie, and she tries to throw herself between them, screaming, "He's my brother!" Instead of asking literally any question at all, Heron goes full alpha rage, the move guaranteed to make every woman simultaneously terrified. And still somehow into it.
Y'all are weird.
We are. I'll admit it. We are. But props to Charlie. The kid doesn't even flinch. He just stands there, shielding Alexis. And Patro is shocked when he realizes this is where she's been living. Yeah, asshole, welcome. Augustus, meanwhile, pulls his polite but terrifying act, suggesting she needs a healer. And that's when Alexis realizes, oh shit, her blood was all over everywhere. She could have accidentally killed Charlie. Lucky doesn't even begin to cover it. Oh my God.
Alexis tells him that they have to take Charlie too, or she'll kill them all. Fuck yeah. Love a good death right before breakfast. Patra tells her they were planning on bringing him anyway once they realize he was her brother, not blood related, as Karen so helpfully points out. Then comes the unnecessary "run away again and we'll chain you to the bed" comment. That's not rapey at all. She flicks him off twice. Good girl. Patro and Achilles are not thrilled with how Karen's talking to her. Uh-oh, and this is why I'm team mentor. Why so serious, Patro? Then Damus, and they all poof away. Poof, poof, poof.
All right, let's talk some real shit.
Where do they poof to? Candy Mountain, Charlotte. We gotta find the Leopleurodon, Charlie. It's a Leopleurodon.
It's a Leopleurodon, Charlie. Charlie.
It's the greatest thing that YouTube ever put out.
It really is.
All right, let's talk some shit.
Let's talk some shit. All right. Alexis leapt to her home, of course. Charlie. Fluffy's gone, but Charlie is safe. And then the four and the animal companions show up and leap them all back. That is the big takeaway.
Good thing is she got them to take Charlie with them.
Yes. Yeah, she was threatening to murderize everyone. And It sounds like they were already planning on doing that.
Exactly. And this will bring us to our tinfoil hat section. We have one that is not written down. We were talking about it earlier about Charlie's eyes. I went back and looked. Very specific yellow, almost glows in the dark, blonde hair. We are assuming that he is a creature because he's nonverbal. Well, he's verbal, but nonverbal. He selects when to speak.
As far as we know, he has now spoken twice.
And only to Alexis.
Because
he probably figured out that he has a weird language and doesn't want anyone to hear it. Not only that, but Fate herself dropped him off at that doorstep, and she did say she's going to intervene, so Charlie's important. So Charlie is now with her. We'll see where this goes. But we still think he's a creature.
And she befriended Nyx and got Charlie the same day, right?
Yeah. Same day.
That's a hell of a day.
It's a hell of a life.
She broke out of she broke out of all of those ropes, befriended Nyx, and got Charlie.
Yes.
All in the same day.
All in the same day.
Wow.
There's more to this story.
A lot more.
Because remember, she was only 10, so we're getting a story from a 10-year-old. And this entire book, she's been exhausted, starved. So she's still an unreliable narrator, so we can't really trust everything that she is seeing during her chapters either.
Real quick, on this description of Charlie, moonlight kissed pale skin. All right. So we need to keep a lookout for anybody with super pale skin or any creature with super pale skin. Sharply angled features. Yeah. I don't feel like that was a description of the sirens at all. So I'm going to say...
But he's also starved.
Messy blonde hair, whatever. Piercing yellow eyes. It is something with those eyes.
Go to the symposium real quick.
Okay. All right.
The description of their eyes. What does it say again?
It doesn't go by chapter. It goes by the entire book.
Oh.
514 results. Wow. 514 results for the word eyes in her book. I see you, Jasmine.
Yes.
All right. So what exactly am I looking for?
When the sirens come out, she describes them. She talks about what they look like, the hair, but she says something about their eyes are a certain way. I don't know if it sounds like Charlie's where they almost glow. That's what I'm looking for. Do the sirens' eyes almost glow?
All right, here we go. Beautiful men and women sauntered into the room, clothed only in their shimmering naked skin. So it sounds like their skin has an iridescent shimmer naturally. So automatically not a siren.
Okay.
More breathtaking. Even in the muted light, their hair sparkled like diamonds. Pastel eyes dazzled in shades of colors I'd never dreamed could exist.
Okay, so not a siren.
No.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think siren.
No, that's fine. I just want to cross that off the list. I'm trying to go back into my Greek mythology and think what creature he could possibly be. That would be awesome that everyone knows about. And then once it pops up, we're like, oh, shit, that's what he is. I guarantee that's what Charlie's going to be. It's going to be something we all know, have heard of.
Duh.
Yeah, we're going to fuck, that's what he is. Shit. Kind of thing. It's going to be weird. Anywho, let's move on to the next tinfoil hat.
Do you think they were genuine about letting Charlie stay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
They think Charlie's no threat to them. And as long as it keeps her happy, because she did say, I will murder all of you.
Yeah. And essentially, they assume he's human, too.
Yeah.
So they're not going to know any different.
And I do believe Patro is a good person. He was just jealous at the beginning of this book, and I do believe that he was honest about, oh, yeah, we were going to bring Charlie along the whole time.
What's about to happen when they realize that she knows sign language? Because that's how Charlie... Oh, Achilles and Patro.
That's going to be a thing, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, my God.
They're going to go off to the side and sign, and then Charlie's probably going to see it.
Not even that. That's how she communicates with Charlie. As soon as they communicate using sign language, Patro and Achilles are going to know this bitch has known what we were saying this whole fucking time.
It could go that way, or like I said, it could go they're going off to do a secret. They don't know that Charlie knows sign language, and then he sees them signing something secret and then goes and tells Alexis.
Okay.
That's another one that could happen.
Ooh, that's a good little tinfoil hat, too. Those are accidental tinfoil hats. All right, let's talk about the quote from this chapter. That is from Heroine, I believe. We'll get to that part later as well. That was just a hot moment.
I know.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about your pick for this chapter.
Oh, poor Fluffy.
Why are you upset about Fluffy?
Because Fluffy died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fluffy
I was thinking Fluffy Jr.
I'm talking about Fluffy, like how sad that was.
That was extremely sad.
Because imagine how she feels now, because now she has that weight on her. I wasn't here, which means Nyx wasn't here to hunt for her. So she feels like it's her fault Fluffy's gone.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, that made me super sad when I read that. I was like, that was your Chandra.
Oh,
it's your Tensoon.
What if Fluffy is
You are trying to ignore me.
What if Fluffy is Fluffy Jr.?
You're so trying to ignore me.
What if Fluffy is Fluffy Jr.? Because she didn't go to the menagerie until after winter started.
It's not Fluffy. Oh. They're not the same person.
Okay.
You are so trying to ignore me, aren't you?
I wasn't out of my over here heard the word Tensoon, so now I'm glad I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
I was off thinking about Fluffy being Fluffy Jr. My pick. Charlie said her name out loud twice. He didn't sign it. He said it, or at least she heard it. She heard her name out loud.
Yeah, we talked about this
from
already.
Charlie. Yep, that was my pick for this chapter. All right, and then the only other thing we have for this chapter is the trope call out. Patro and Achilles are jealous, and Alexis doesn't get it. She doesn't understand why. Why are they being so weird?
Well, not only that, another trope call out is Karen, away again, I'll chain you to the bed.
That's true. That is another trope call out.
A bit rapey.
It is. But they're trying to protect her.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, but you have to chain to the bed. You can't just say, hey, just stay in the house. You got to chain her to bed specifically to protect her.
I like her response.
Oh, I do too.
2 birds. Here's 2 birds for you, fuckface. All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Do it.
All right, let's go.
Wicked Bonds, Chapter 31. Alexis, end of January.
Nothing says happily ever after like trauma, curses, and a wedding you didn't RSVP to.
Ah, yes. Wedding bells in hell. Nothing says romance like a forced union, lingering trauma, and the crushing weight of generational guilt. Alexis out here serving runaway bride, but make it existential crisis. All of Sparta's in attendance, even Charlie. Alexis is walking down the aisle like she's headed for her own execution, veil dragging behind her like her will to live. The crown's heavy, the smile's faker than Zeus's sense of morality.
She makes eye contact with her parents. They're beaming, proud, completely oblivious that their daughter has achieved serial killer status. They're standing in the emotional splash zone of a pending breakdown and smiling through it like it's family picture day. Then there's the guest list. Zeus glowering like he's constipated. House leaders pretending this circus is tradition. Patro 2 seconds from homicide with Achilles holding him back like it's a weekly hobby. Helen looks glassy-eyed. Charlie's probably rethinking his entire bloodline, and Fluffy Jr.'s snoozing up front with Nyx coiled around him like a glittery scarf. Mood.
And let's not skip over the detail. Nyx did try to kill Fluffy Jr., and he just thought it was playtime. Then Alexa's eyes find the broody duo. Karen and Augustus all cleaned up in black togas that somehow make them more intimidating. They're cracking their necks like they're about to throw hands, not vows. Cue the officiant. Surprise! It's the same woman who dropped Charlie off at the trailer 10 years ago. Fate wears a lot of hats.
Yeah.
Foster care worker, crucible officiant, head of Sparta that scares the shit out of Zeus, wedding officiant, and of course, hallucinogen smoking hippie that sees visions. She has a fun life.
Life goals. Those are my life goals.
She's all smiles and says, so glad you're taking a chance on the killers.
That's some dark Hallmark shit right there. All right. The houses, they rushed this union through so fast. You could practically hear the PR spin. We can't have our Golden Girls' honor tarnished. Meanwhile, Alexis is mentally screaming, honor? What honor? I've killed people, Brenda. But she can't exactly run, not with her parents giving her hard eyes and the broody squad ready to chase her down to the ends of the earth. She's boxed in, trapped between duty and divine dumbasses. So when the ceremony starts, they all hold hands and chant some everything happens for a reason nonsense in Latin, which is always how you know it's about to go downhill fast. A flash of pain sears through all three of them, and the officiant immediately goes pale, muttering about dark consequences. Interesting. Which, just what every bride wants to hear before her first kiss.
Speaking of jewelry, the guys get black snake rings with ruby eyes and diamond chains that literally fuse to their wrists, because nothing says romance like matching shackles. Then Alexis gets a diamond so massive, it probably has its own moon. But when they go to attach their bracelets, things get real tense. They spot the scars. Augustus demands answers, Karen bristles, and Alexis just hits him with the solid, over my dead body. The officiant clearly reads the vibe and melts the class shut before a murder breaks out mid-ceremony. And then the kiss. The officiant bails before it happens, which, if you've been paying attention, means this isn't your standard you may now kiss the bride moment. Everyone starts poofing out like it's a Vegas show run by Satan's stage crew.
A few creeps try to linger, but Karen growls. Achilles drags Patro out kicking, and Augustus handles one particularly mouthy dude the only way he knows how. Glowing red eyes, mind-shattering power moves, and sends him packing, bleeding from all his face holes. Wedding entertainment, 10 out of 10. Would not RSVP again, though. As the crowd disappears, the broody duo turns towards Alexis, smirking, unblinking, predator mode activated. Girl has nowhere left to go.
All right, let's talk some shit. She is now officially bonded to them, so by my count,
3?
That takes 3.
That sucks for her.
Yeah. Well, depends on who you are. Sucks for her because they tricked her and all this shit, but I guarantee there's a lot of women out there, based on all of our comments, who wouldn't mind this scenario.
But now she doesn't have the third bond for something else, is what I was thinking. Or is it 3 bonds?
It's 3 bonds per person total, I think. So yeah, she's out of bonds.
That's what I was saying sucked. No, that sucks because she didn't get a choice on one of those, on either of those, really.
Yeah, then another big takeaway, like when she's walking down the aisle, all she could think about is that she's a murderer, so she's still depressed and really fucked up about that trauma.
Yeah, that was a really big realization for her.
Yeah.
She is not handling that well.
Yeah, and that is going to play into the next, not the next chapter, but the chapter after, because next chapter is a POV from Patro. But the following chapter, her trauma plays into the you may kiss the bride moment.
Yes, it does.
All right, so we do have a couple tinfoil hats, tinfoil hat time. So what the fuck is Fluffy?
So in the book, it says, bonded with a hideous horse.
Yes.
In the last week, he had grown 3 sizes larger and 100 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
His features are still lumpy, covered in tufts of fur, but I'd potentially bonded with a hideous horse. That's got to be a Pegasus, right?
Pegasus. I saw you also put unicorn. The only reason I wouldn't say unicorns because unicorns really aren't in Greek mythology.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I was like,
I guess this would be the most likely because it's white and horse-like. And And I guarantee animal protectors also represent who you are as a person. That is a trope. We can put that in our trope call out.
Yes.
So I was talking about this with you yesterday.
That's right.
And the reason why I think it's a Pegasus is because if it represents her, the ugly duckling thing. So maybe a Pegasus starts out ugly and then it grows into the beautiful Pegasus. She's always been beautiful, but she's becoming her own person.
In her own mind, she has been the dirty, homeless girl who's always smelly. She was always made fun of. They essentially made her believe that she was ugly.
Yeah.
So she was the ugly duckling, exactly like you're saying. And the same as Fluffy Jr. So maybe they're both, she's beautiful. Clearly, she's in a beautiful wedding dress. So she's growing into herself, into her swan song. Maybe Fluffy Jr. will be a beautiful Pegasus.
Yeah. If you look at some of the other animal protectors, Poco Raccoon. Raccoon is famous for wearing a mask. So this also could be a lair for Augustus.
Ooh, okay.
I know in Bonds, we do get a little bit deeper into Broody Bunch and why they are the way they are. And then Karen, his are invisible hellhounds. So he has probably felt invisible his whole life, and maybe that's what that represents. Patro and Achilles, you have a jaguar and a wolf. Yeah. So it could be cunning, powerful, because Patro is very powerful, very cunning.
Yeah, and he detects...
Same with the wolf.
No, so, Patro's is the jaguar.
Wolves are very cunning and powerful, and obviously Achilles is the most powerful out of the four.
Yeah, he is. Okay.
We'll move on from this. So next tinfoil hat, what is fate alluding to? Dark consequences.
All right, so she says there will be dark consequences. There always are. It's a powerful union. So it seemed like maybe it was abnormal what happened?
Could be, or just like in every other book, another magic trope where there's always consequences for more power.
Possibly,
so
yeah.
Because they're now bonded, all three of them are now more powerful. So there might be consequences to that. Yes, she's happy that she married the killers or that she's stuck with the killers, but there's still consequences. And it's usually for the FMC or the MMC to learn about those consequences. Okay, I need to learn how to control all this so those consequences don't come out. There's always got to be some lesson for them to learn with their magic. You can't just be like, oh, you're the most powerful person with no consequences.
Ta-da. Of course.
There's got to be something.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so dark consequences. We'll just have to keep an eye open for what exactly that means.
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about this other one. Who do you think tried to stay to witness the kiss?
Now, it could be conspiratorial and some other guy who's in love with her that might pop up later, or it could just be some random perv who just wanted to watch a show. Because it seems like, going to lore talk, witnessing the first kiss is a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if this is normal first kiss. Because I know like in some cultures, back in the day, it was normal for them to watch them consummate the marriage.
Yes, and I understood that. But this, I feel like Jasmine was very intentionally vague about who this person was.
But again,
there were clues.
Yeah, there were.
Laurel crown, so he's
an heir.
An heir, and blonde hair. He kicked his feet up, lounging back.
It's someone their age, most likely. Or it's probably another initiate. The only other initiate was...
Titus?
He wasn't an heir. The only heir was Alexander.
Is Alexander blonde?
Oh.
But she specifically did not say who this is.
Yeah, it might be somebody from a different house.
So I am going to keep an eye on who this person is, just as I'm seeing you.
Okay. But
all
again, it could just also just be a funny moment as some perv who just want to see a show.
It could just be nobody. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to our quote of the chapter. Go ahead.
All right. Everything happens for a reason, with heart and soul. Such is the way to the stars.
Nice.
That is what they said to each other in Latin.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happens for a reason, with heart and soul. Such is the way to the stars.
Yeah, it just means that everything's fated.
Followed by, let the fortune of the house stand. Let the fortune of the house stand. All right. So I just thought that was very interesting.
No, that's a good quote. But
that's the quote of this one for that everything happens for a reason, and fate saying that being what they say is, I'm watching her again still.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. That is literally fate's job because she knows everything. Everything is happening for a reason. Yeah. Which goes to my pick is fate having 20 fucking jobs, which is hilarious.
Crap. Yeah, she does.
Girl's busy.
She's doing everything. I feel like if she is the only one, which we think she is, she's doing everything. She's moving all of the pieces all around the chessboard, or manipulating or moving or making things happen all over the chessboard by herself.
So if anyone else is a Marvel nerd and has watched What If on Disney Plus, so it's like the what if this happened? What if Captain America was not Captain America and it went to Peggy instead?
Yeah.
They did like a lot of those kind of episodes, which is a real comic book series. But what happens is the guy's name is the Watcher, right? Mm-hmm. And he is a fifth dimensional being. He can see everything that's happening, different dimensions. So he's telling us a story. What if this happened? What if this happened? So that's what Fate is. But she's more involved because eventually the Watcher does start to get involved, because I think in one episode, Doctor Strange almost destroys all universes, and the Watcher's not allowed to step in, so he had to step in and fix shit, and that's kind of what Fate's doing. She's almost like a fifth dimensional character because she knows everything from past to future. So time for her is not linear, but she is interfering to make sure that it's a good outcome and not a bad outcome.
That makes me think of Vin.
Yeah, they're just fifth dimensional beings. Anyone that can traverse time is considered a fifth dimensional being. That's what Fate is. That's why she's more powerful than everybody else. All right, what's your pick?
All right, my pick for this one is that Nyx tried to kill Fluffy Jr. to start with, but Fluffy Jr. thought she was playing, and so he wagged his tail, and she's, I give up. Mm-hmm. So she decided that, all right, I'll just hang out with you then.
Yep. All right, small spicy moment. They're getting ready to kiss. That spicy moment will come in 2 chapters.
Yes. Let's trope call out on this one, though. Bonded through marriage. Their powers get greater. Yep, same thing.
It's the Karanam in Throne of Glass.
Yep.
It's all that. So they always get more powerful because there's special connection. But they also get that connection with their animal protector as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. So the bonds are what makes them stronger.
Yep. And then we did our quick lore talk where the Spartans witnessed the first kiss, whether it's a real kiss or, again, other cultures, I think Greek even did it. They would watch the consummation to make sure that they actually did it.
Yes.
It was to make sure that it actually happened. To make sure like the wedding took place. Because
a lot of them were marriages of
convenience.
Of kingdoms coming together. Yeah. So you had to make sure that this wasn't a lie and the kingdoms were actually together now.
Yeah. I don't want anyone to think I'm calling marriage a farce, because it's not, because obviously it's a great way to say, I love this person. Now it's not a farce. Back then it was. Marriage was not created ever for love. No. Marriage was created for property, for farming, because they didn't start doing marriage until we learned to farm. Yep. And that's when you wanted to trade properties and join farms together and stuff like that. Because before it was just, there was a free for all. I mean, it was just different back then. Now it's monogamous relationships. We have evolved into that. But back then there was no monogamy. Back in the old days before farming. And then that's when they created marriages and all that stuff. Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that was what precipitated that.
Yes.
That makes sense, because to have unions so you're stronger. I don't know why it would just have to be one person to one person, because a community of people would be much stronger.
Then also another reason why they stopped doing non-monogamous relationships is religion. So back in 5,000, 6,000 years ago, religion started to take over. The patriarchy started to take over. And because these men wanted these women for their own, they didn't want to share. So they were like, we got to find a way. So let's create this where women are subservient to men. And now we control everything. And now let's also create marriage to where we have even more control over them. Mm-hmm. So it's all it is.
Yep. Real big fan of that.
Where I like what you and I were getting married because of love. Like you and I got married because of love. Anywho.
I'm not marrying anybody else. You're it.
Goddamn right. All right. You ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. But you belong to us. Chapter 32. Patro.
Oh, look. It's a Patro POV. My favorite shit talker finally gets the mic. Please, God, don't let him get sentimental.
Womp womp. He and Achilles are having a private little chat away from Charlie, and Patro is fuming. He's pissed Achilles didn't let him jump in. Pissed that Alexis got duped. Pissed in general. Honestly, the man needs a stress ball. Underneath all that anger is something else, though. He actually doesn't hate her. Not even close. He's feeling something he can't quite name yet. And it's definitely not platonic. Achilles, ever the voice of chaotic reason, calms him down. Tells him they'll handle it because she already belongs to them. She just doesn't know it yet.
All right, let's talk some shit. Patro likes Alexis.
Patro and Achilles have a thing for Alexis.
Now, I'm going to go back 2 chapters real quick.
Okay.
They had a private chat away from Charlie.
Uh-huh.
What if Charlie was watching?
Oh.
What if this is the moment? Because they say that...
They went into his bedroom, though.
That's true.
And he kicked the door closed, so I'm thinking he couldn't.
But it's just the way she wrote it, though. A little chat away from Charlie instead of, they just went and had a private chat. She could just wrote they went and had a private chat, but she specifically said away from Charlie.
So do they know that?
They don't know anything about Charlie. They don't know dick.
Do they don't know the sign language? Okay.
They don't know nothing about Charlie. Because remember, as soon as they showed up, gun to the face, and he just tried to protect her, and poof, gone. And now they're having a private chat.
Okay.
Maybe because this is after the wedding, so he was at the wedding, Charlie was. But I don't know unless they're paying attention. I have no idea.
Let us throw on a tinfoil hat. A really big one. One sentence. Does Patro have a scar in the same place on his chest that Alexis does? Based on this sentence. The branded scar tissue was lumpy beneath my touch. He was rubbing at his chest.
But it's the word branded that throws me off.
The branded scar tissue.
Because to me, branded means that he was literally branded. And wasn't there another spot in this book where you said one of them also had something raised on their chest?
Heron has branded scar tissue.
Yes. This could be one or two things. The author could just be describing what the scar looks like, because we all know what branded scar tissue looks like after a brand scars up. So It could just be that, or it could be a brand. I don't know. Because if it's just branded scars tissue and they have the same slice, then maybe the cut was not sacrificial, but ritualistic. Because remember, their power comes from their heart.
Ooh.
If their power comes from their heart, was somebody trying to get to her heart? Did her blood kill the nurses after she was stabbed?
Oh, he said there was blood everywhere and the nurses were dead.
If they all have the same scar in the middle of their chest, I don't know if it's a brand on Karen and Patro, or if it's just a branded looking scar, because it does say branded looking.
It says the branded scar tissue was lumpy beneath my touch.
It might just be just the description branded instead of an actual brand.
Yeah.
So it could be the same scar.
Could be.
And then maybe it was just...
Maybe there's some kind of connection between them we don't know about.
Maybe it was a normal thing that was happening because her blood was so toxic, it killed the nurses. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because everyone has the same scar. I would assume it's a normal thing. Or maybe it's part of one of their Spartan laws. When a Chthonic is born, something has to happen with their heart because it's so powerful. That's where their power comes from. I did not think we were going to have this many tinfoil hats from this short of a chapter.
Yeah. But that whole scar thing is strange.
It is. Especially with him having it. Karen has it. She has it. All Chthonic. Okay. All right. So
all right.
We'll table that one.
Yeah,
we got one. We have one more. So he does make a comment at the very end that she already belongs to them. She doesn't know it yet. So we could take it as she just doesn't know she belongs to us, but we'll make her know, or possibly already betrothed because
a fated kind of thing,
or possibly already betrothed without them knowing, because maybe he figured out. Because remember, at the very beginning, after she got mended up and she was taking a shower, she comes out and puts on a shirt that smells like one of them and a pair of pants that smells like one of them. But we scoured through the book and I couldn't find anything that provides protection other than you could technically say that they do provide protection. They do always step in when people fuck with her.
It could. If you go by semantics.
By rules, you just have to show that you are providing protection as a gift. But
jewels,
that's the only thing that there's nothing I could find in the book where they given her any type of jewelry or heirloom. It's an heirloom, right? Not just jewelry. It could be heirloom.
Yeah, some priceless heirloom.
So, I don't know. So it's either metaphorically or literally.
Okay.
Either one. Take your pick.
I think they just really fell for her and they're like, no, she's going to be ours. Ah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they imagine that because she's married now, but okay.
All right. So we did not have any picks, any quotes, because this is a very short chapter. We decided to have a little bit more fun with the tinfoil hats, as you heard, and we are going to move on. You ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go.
Carnal Delights, chapter 33, Alexis.
All right, y'all. Hydrate, light a candle, maybe grab your emotional support beverage. Scott wrote this one.
Okay, here we are, ladies, and maybe a few brave gentlemen, if any of you actually listen to us. It's the spicy chapter, and yes, I wrote the script for this one, so good luck to everyone listening, and may the odds be ever in your favor. The sexual tension hung in the air like sin wearing perfume. Then Karen asked to kiss the bride. Alexis knew she was fucked, soon to be literally, but it was just a kiss, right? Yeah, no, it's never just a kiss with this man. Because the lips he wanted to kiss weren't the ones she was thinking. He asked 2 more times if he could kiss the bride, and that's when she finally realized what he meant.
She's still stuck in her head, haunted, guilty. She's spiraling. So she figures, you know what? Fuck it. And Karen dives in like a man who hasn't seen food in a week and just stumbled into the all-you-can-eat Alexis buffet. He's about to turn her into a human dessert fountain, and honestly, that's a skill set. Apparently, this is her punishment.
And I just realized that I need to start handing out more punishments to you. I kind of like their style.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't worry. Augustus is there too. Somebody's got to hold her down because this girl's not allowed to come for an hour.
Then, like my favorite old WWE tag team, the Bushwhacker Brothers, they swap out. Except instead of licking each other's heads, they lick somewhere way more fun. Augustus is my kind of guy, unafraid to tackle the old balloon knot, if you know what I mean. An hour passes because they lost track of time, and Karen asks what they should do next. He's back on clit duty. And for good reason. She can feel his pleasure. He can amplify emotions, sensations, turn intimacy into psychic warfare. After the orgasm of her life, she suddenly sees Hell and Hound. I usually see things too after, you know.
Yeah, you do.
So Furia, which is tattooed on his neck, is slang for Hellhound.
Oh, okay.
She asks why she couldn't see them before, and he tells her that they're invisible to Spartans. He can see them because of his creature heritage. Maybe that's why Alexis can understand creatures too. Persephone's dad was a creature, and I guess family trauma really is hereditary.
When he uses his power on someone, they can see the dogs too, because whoever he's touching can feel what he feels and see what he sees. That's going to be super important later, I think. Mark that down. And that's why his nickname is Sex. So he's the S. Augustus is War. Makes sense. Together, they are Chaos with a safe word. No safe words. She tells them the hounds are talking, and Karen insists, no, they're just making noises. No. Then she realizes he had them follow her, and the voices that she's been hearing this whole time are from the hellhounds. So not hallucinations. The dogs speaking their own language. And Karen, he's been the literal devil haunting her dreams. The audacity. They fully admit to invading her privacy, and she's ready to leave. But, of course, they don't let her. He just wraps her up and squeezes her until she passes out. Hey, at least she got eaten like a burrito first. Silver lining?
Yeah, she did. All right.
Let's talk some shit.
Yeah, they don't fuck around when fucking. Now we see why everybody likes being Eiffel Towered by them. Good night.
No wonder everyone was crawling toward him when he was at the symposium.
Okay, so I do have a question.
Yeah.
Since I'm not a woman. And I know it's very sensitive down there with, was it like millions of like nerve endings or some shit? It's crazy. Anyway.
Some ridiculous amount.
An hour. Isn't that too much? Would you not start getting raw down there if you were being eaten out for a whole hour?
It really depends on, it's not going to be the same thing for a whole hour.
Granted, you're still going to be moist because of the saliva from the man.
It's not just going to be.
Yeah, you're not just going to just stay on the clit. You're going to move.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's going to be a whole bunch. It's foreplay. It's foreplay for an hour. That's
you got to play around with the balloon knot, the grundle. You know what I'm saying? Leave your own snail trail, if you will.
Oh my God.
Now here's my question, though. I'm hoping that he didn't go like full tongue punching the balloon knot, because then he went straight into the other hole.
Listen,
and I'm just wondering.
No, hang on. Stop.
Right.
Stop.
Okay.
This is a fantasy book.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. Just so you know. It doesn't happen.
Just make sure.
Yep.
Okay.
He went and brushed his teeth somewhere around in there. We just know he did.
Yeah.
We just know that it happened. It's perfectly fine. Everything is sanitary.
That's what I thought. Because like when I do it, I brush out first.
Yep. I assume that's happened somewhere in there. He disappeared for a few minutes to go brush his teeth, and he came back, and now we're all good.
Now, I get it. It's a book. And it's the same thing when you're watching porn. They're just going straight to it. There's usually a cut scene.
Right? There's cuts in there. There's cuts in there.
But you're right. It would take out the sexiness.
You're not going to say. And then he went to brush his teeth.
Yeah. Because it's fine in real life, like when we're doing it, because we understand the situation. But like when you're reading it, you're like, I don't want to read about him. Okay, he stopped, went and go brush his teeth.
I don't want to read about.
Did he do it in circles? Did he do it for 2 minutes? Like how long did he brush for? I don't want to know all that.
Did he brush appropriately? Did he use Listerine after the fact? What's going on? No, yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to think about that. We don't need to know all that. So we just assume he did. He took care of it.
He did. All right. We do have a couple tinfoil hats, some that were answered. So they are sex and war. So it is not anything different. It's just not Patro and Achilles.
Yeah, not at all. Okay.
It makes sense because war still fits for Augustus's power.
And he's the house of Ares, right? And Ares is the god of war?
Yeah. Perfect. And isn't Charon part of Aphrodite? No, he's Artemis. Sorry. He's Artemis and Erebus. That's right. Okay, but he can amplify emotions, which is why he's sex. Because he can give out his emotions, which amplifies their emotions. So now she's not just feeling horny, she's feeling his horniness. Woo!
So when he's been touching her all of these times and she's feeling all of those emotions, those are his.
All the obsession. Because remember, she'd be like,
obsessive.
I feel obsessive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to go back and look at all of those at some other time to see exactly what she was feeling every time he was touching her. All right.
All right, let's talk our biggest tinfoil hat of this one. So Helen Hound, she can understand them, but Karen cannot. And they're both creatures, so our creature powers different, just like Olympian and chthonic powers are different.
Clearly.
Yeah. So she can speak, but he can see invisibility. So can he not see Nyx then? Or is it just the Hellhounds? Okay.
So
but he's a creature.
He's creature and chthonic. She's creature, chthonic, and Olympian.
But only her creature powers are what allow her to talk to creatures, though. So not her Olympian or chthonic powers. Does she have a Olympian power?
No, I don't think so. Because she said she's felt nothing in her head at all.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's right. When she talks to Nyx, she doesn't feel anything.
And it specifically mentions, so that's my power, not the creatures.
Do you think she's going to get a third power? Do you think she'll get an Olympian power?
Nobody else has had multiple powers that we know of,
because nobody else is multiple. No chthonic has mated with an Olympian except for Hades and Persephone, which would be Alexis. Because Erebus is a creature and
Artemis
is chthonic. Ares is chthonic and Aphrodite's chthonic.
Aphrodite's chthonic?
Yeah. In this, she's chthonic. She's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In real life, she's obviously beautiful and Olympian, but in this, she's chthonic.
What do you mean beautiful? She can still.
Well, she's still beautiful. Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like Olympian, it's different. Like with a strange glow instead of the dark glow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She is the only mixture of Olympian and chthonic, because even Persephone isn't either, because she's creature and Olympian. She's the only one that's all three.
What is Erebus?
Erebus is just a creature.
So Erebus and Artemis and is Medusa.
Creature. Yep.
Aphrodite and a human, Aphrodite and Ares. So that's chthonic and chthonic. Mm-hmm. Helen, human and Ares. Yep. Ares, chthonic, Aphrodite, chthonic.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the only one.
Huh.
And think about it. Because of what they did with this marriage, they stopped them from mixing. So there is not going to be any mixing between chthonic and Olympian because of this marriage, or at least until Patro and Achilles come to age and they try to figure shit out. Unless they try to marry Helen. But they can't because of the rules.
But she is Olympian.
Who? Yeah, Alexis is.
Alexis.
That's what I'm saying. The Olympians were trying to force marriage to the chthonics so they can gain their power, because the Olympians are being weakened somehow. Remember? Because that's in the Great War.
You think that they gain more power of
they
their
gain
own.
More power,
okay.
But chthonic power is more powerful because the Olympians are still breeding together, but they're losing power. They're not becoming more powerful. They're actually losing power. So they're being diluted.
And that's why they're so mad about it, because they're not going to gain power.
Exactly.
They're going to lose power.
Yes. So that's why I think eventually Alexis is going to have an Olympian power. If we don't already know about it, it's going to show up in Bonds, I think. Because remember, the main trope is what? The FMC is always going to be the most powerful character in the book. So it makes sense for her to be the only person to have all three powers.
Creature power, a chthonic power, and an Olympian
power. And we know 2 out of 3 right now.
Shit. What if it's the time?
She can warp time?
Yeah. What if all of those time distortions are her, like, in a fugue state? Like, she can actually turn herself off. It was just a thought.
It's worth a shot.
Time distortion. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, okay. What do we got going on now?
Okay. We're going to talk about the...
Ooh.
Alexis, I need you to look at me, my Karis. You did such a good job. Your punishment is over.
I hope everyone's listening to this with headphones on.
What?
I have chills. Literal chills. Anyways.
So speaking of Augustus, that goes straight into my pick.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Tongue punch in the balloon knot. That's a good man right there. Any man that is willing to toss a salad.
That's a good man.
Is a good man. That's a good man.
It's a good man.
But if your man is not willing to munch down on your balloon knot, then he ain't for you. He ain't it.
God, guys, that's a quote.
Just saying.
Oh my God.
I'll eat every single inch of you. I don't give a fuck.
He's not lying. He's not lying. I'm terrified.
But not only did he start the balloon knot, he went balloon knot to glazing her donut. Yep. One little tongue move. Mm-hmm. Got it. Good job.
Gonna get a full taste.
That might edge me to like teen professors a little bit.
Just that part?
He's willing to go balloon knot. I'm sure Patro and Achilles are nasty fuckers too.
I don't know. Achilles can't even get out of his poor muzzle. What's he
gonna
do?
That sucks. Yeah.
Oh, knees.
No, he probably takes it off. He just can't talk. He can still lap it up.
We've never seen him without his muzzle on.
That's a big man. That's 6'9". That's that man just picking you up and just hoisting. I've hoisted you. Anywho, let's go with your pick now.
My pick, is there a sign-up sheet for the here, let's amplify everything I'm feeling, you're feeling. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
That's a lot.
Me feeling what I feel is a lot. I can't imagine putting what you're feeling on top of that. That would be mind-fucking boggling.
Yeah.
I'm down. Is there a sign-up sheet?
Especially, I feel since we've been hitting the ganj, it has definitely amplified it a lot.
Yeah.
I will admit. So if you have your card, and you know what I'm talking about, use the ganj. It amplifies it.
The correct kind.
We're moving on to our spicy moment, the whole fucking chapter.
The whole chapter, yeah.
Spicy moment. So this was our first actual spicy chapter.
I know. After all of the books that we've been reading, this is the actual first one.
We talked about it a little bit with Fourth Wing, but it wasn't like a full-on breakdown chapter because Fourth Wing was just hey, this is our review of the book. And we talked about
the chair.
It's still my favorite sex scene of all time right now. Just because I was not expecting their powers to just go off when they orgasm. And I was like, that's fucking genius. That's hilarious.
I was not expecting
and
that.
like the angle like he was banging her at.
I loved that you were like,
yeah, it's my favorite spicy scene for sure. But yeah, this is our first actual breakdown because there was a small spicy scene with Patro and Achilles earlier, but it was nothing to break down because it was like 1-2 paragraphs.
Yeah.
And, it was
she didn't get caught watching or anything. So.
Yeah. He just got his face glazed and that was it. A little face glazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this was fun. Fun chapters.
I loved it. That was a great chapter.
Yeah. It looks like our audience might have to find us more books to deep dive that have some more of these chapters. As long as it's a quality book. Don't just give us porn to talk about, please. Give us a quality book.
Yes.
Because after Bonds, we are going to be looking for suggestions. So if you want to start sending your suggestions, send them to bookfor2podcast@gmail.com.
Hell yeah. I am. Let's go. The Stalker, Chapter 34. Heron. 5 months earlier. The Initiate's first lap of the Crucible. Heron's omitted realization. Fuck, that title is a mouthful. That is longer than a CVS receipt.
Finally. Karen's turn to explain himself. Can't wait to hear how stalking and emotional manipulation sound in his own words.
Yeah, Heron knew. Like, from the very first swim across that circuit, he knew she was one of them. A Thonic. The red eyes were a dead giveaway, obviously, pun absolutely intended. And he put 2 and 2 together fast. Realized that she was Hercules. Realized no one else knew. And cue instant hard-on, of course. He called dibs.
Yeah, you gotta respect the dibs.
But to keep her secret safe, he killed Christos quicker, making it look like it was all him. Which, by the way, we get a replay of. Gross. Watching Heron basically show poor Christos what was about to eat him. That was a hard pass. Come on. Then it hits him. Alexis doesn't know their customs. She grew up human. She has no idea what's going on, and this man is going to take advantage of that. Straight up admits he has been manipulating her. And y'all are still giving this man a pass. Sir, you're out here confessing to doing all of this against her will. But you're all swooning because he's tall and broody and a jawline and you could hang your sins on.
Goddamn.
He gave her that damn box, knowing she wouldn't understand that it meant engagement or betrothal. Because apparently step 1 in getting a gift in Sparta is check the sender so you don't accidentally end up married to a manipulative god. Make it make sense.
Karen feels justified because he thinks the fate of Sparta's rule is on the line, and this marriage is their best shot at survival. Hell, he even planned their altercation. Get it? Alter? Yeah, I'll see myself out.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, his master plan, the three of them burning the world down together. Real Hades got a brand new family energy. And to keep her safe, he assigned Hell and Hound to watch her, which explains the mysterious voices. Now, here's the kicker that might finally answer whether Fluffy Jr. is blind or not. If you concentrate, you can actually look through the eyes of your protector. He just assumed no one could hear them, but Alexis could because she can talk to creatures. She even glanced toward them once, and he noticed. Still didn't connect the dots, though. Man was too busy being creepy and delusional, so yeah, he's been stalking her. Let's talk some shit.
Let's talk some real shit. This dude's an asshole.
Yes.
He knew from the very fucking beginning who she was.
Yes.
Sonic, as well as Hercules, which explains all the cryptic shit, of course, that he was saying to her the whole time.
Okay, so hear me out.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat section. This one's not added. But what if Jasmine Mass is playing with us here and she wants us to hate the professors at this point? And it's a ploy.
Well, yeah.
To throw us off the tracks. Or they could just be assholes and just do it.
He just admitted to doing all of that. He knew that she didn't know their customs. He knew that they were going to essentially trick her.
True.
Asshole.
Yeah. Douchebag move, yeah. Okay, so he can see through Helen and Hound's eyes. So can all Spartans do that? Is that part of the lore? Do we know that for a fact? I don't know. But it does beg the question if Fluffy Jr. is blind.
So we know for sure that everyone can do that?
That's what I'm asking. We don't know for sure. He can.
Okay.
And she did lay that little piece. Is Fluffy Jr. blind as well? They all have the same eyes as their protector. So I would imagine that's usually a trope with these that you can see through the eyes. Again, it's a druid thing.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's a normal druid spell thing.
But but Augustus hasn't said anything about seeing through Poco's eyes.
Because Poco's always with him. It doesn't seem like he sends Poco out to do anything, but I'm wondering if this might show up later with the Olympians because they all have birds. Birds are surveillance drones. Surveillance drones. Oh, shit. There it is.
They totally are surveillance.
They are surveillance drones, but for the Spartans, because they use their eyes, that's going to be the joke. That's going to be
You remember that bird? There was a bird that had purple eyes. There was a bird that had purple eyes in the menagerie.
Yeah.
Fucking surveillance drone. You know what?
I'm telling you, she laid this surveillance drone joke in there just for this setup.
Oh my
Because
God.
that's what's going to happen. They're going to find out that the Olympians have been using birds as surveillance drones. They're real birds, but they're looking through the eyes. And there's going to be some amazing joke with Alexis being like Paul pre-shovel knew it this whole time.
Maybe not everybody can. Maybe it's an Olympian power that some of them have. I don't know. I'm just gonna.
But it'd still be a good solid joke.
Yes.
That's a long setup joke. That's a good one.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, as you can see with everything I put down here, quote, I call dibs, obviously, which goes into my pick. You do have to respect the dibs. So that's why I'm not too mad at him right now because he did call dibs. After all, he didn't say it out loud to where no one could hear him. That is part of the rules. They do have to hear you say dibs.
But he still tricked her.
Stand by. There's rules to dibs. He called dibs. That retracts everything then.
Okay. So that just makes it okay.
Yeah, he called dibs first. Had someone else called dibs first, then he did this shit, it'd be bad. I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Yeah, no, it totally sounds like you're totally making shit up right now.
The rule is, though, for real, if you call dibs, there has to be at least one person around to hear you. Other than your animal protectors, that wouldn't count. So his dibs are null and void, unfortunately, because no one was there. No one heard him.
Yeah. Did he say it to Hell and Hound?
Do
they count?
Oh, it's your animal protector. Why would that count? They're going to be on your side no matter what.
That's true. You're right. They're biased.
Exactly.
The bias is there for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So the dibs don't count?
No.
Is that what you've decided?
Yeah, that would be official ruling.
Official ruling
if we're going
is
with
the
official dibs
count.
rules, this dibs does not count because nobody was there to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Heron. The dibs did not.
Yeah, I was going to try to save him from all this reckless bullshit he's doing with the dibs, but since he didn't do it properly through the proper
by the
channels,
rule book. Yeah.
Dibs are null and void in this situation.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
So there is a small lore talk that he mentions when receiving gifts. Every Spartan knows that you find out who sent it before you open it because they know that you're automatically betrothed. So that is part of their actual laws and lore, is most of them go and find out who the fuck it is first, because they don't want to be accidentally betrothed to some asshole. And then you got Theros or Titus as your husband. You're fucked. Yeah.
I'm very upset about this chapter. I really wanted to like the professors, but this is asshole-ish, number one. So I think the next chapter is Augustus, right? Yeah. Let's go see if this motherfucker's an asshole too.
The plan. Chapter 35. Augustus, present day.
Welcome to the inner workings of Augustus's mind. Spoiler alert. It's mostly vengeance and bad decisions.
Augustus was carrying Alexis from her punishment, and Karen was beside them, both of them smug as hell that their twisted little plan actually worked. Now that they're married, they're stronger, like the divine version of a power-hungry situationship. And with that power, Augustus plans to destroy anyone who has ever hurt her. He'll dig up every secret she's ever buried. They both know she's going to be pissed the fuck off, which is why they're staying strapped the fuck up. These are like two men who have seen Euphoria and took notes for all the wrong reasons. But it doesn't matter. He's decided she is never leaving them again. All right, let's talk some shit.
This dude's also an asshole. Yeah. He's going to murder everyone who ever hurt her.
I'm going to murder everyone who's ever hurt you. Brah.
That is the definition of
I know. And he actually does it, though. Unlike some of these morally grays. He will actually do it.
Yeah. You're like, that guy did it. And he'd be like, okay, that guy doesn't exist anymore. So careful. Don't accidentally point out the wrong person. Jesus.
But Augustus kind of reminds me of Riley's boyfriend from Inside Out. I would die for you, Riley.
All dramatic.
Yeah.
I love it.
Copy after copy after copy after copy.
That makes it fabulous.
I bet you guys wished you had that machine that was in her head where you could just make copy after copy of the shadow daddy little boyfriend she had. Just like,
I mean,
it'd be like lizard.
Yes.
Just instead like shadow daddy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how many shadow daddies we could handle, but I think for science, we would be willing to.
Oh, yeah, for science,
test.
Right?
For science.
For
science, ladies.
All right. That was a very short chapter.
Yeah, but let's talk about the trope.
Yeah, this entire chapter is the trope. I would die for you, Riley, or murder.
I will murder everyone who's ever hurt you.
In this case.
All right. Fabulous.
Fun. Very short chapter. Under 3 minutes. Ready?
Love it. Are you ready to turn the page?
Well, let's do it.
The Monster. Chapter 36. Alexis.
So they got the girl, the power, the marriage, and now they're about to find out what sleeping next to Wrath Incarnate feels like.
This is the final-ish chapter. Don't panic. There's still a bonus one after this. Calm down. Alexis wakes in the middle of the night, sandwiched between her hot, sound asleep husbands. The sight of them.
Whoa.
What?
I didn't see the word hot in the script. Did you just add that one ad-lib?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Called you out.
The sight of them makes her skin crawl. Sorry. There's no way she's letting them get away with everything they've done. Fuck yeah. She just watches them twist and flinch in their sleep, faces tight with pain. There were consequences to marrying a monster, she thinks. And they had begun for them. Fuck yeah. Oh, y'all done fucked up.
She's pissed.
She's fucking livid. I want to talk about the tinfoil hat, though.
We'll do it.
So it talks about the 2 new chains scorched in her chest, as they wrap tighter around her heart, like the marriage bond could feel my displeasure. And at that, Augustus and Karen moaned with pain in their sleep. So can she manipulate those bonds? Is that a thing she can do? Is she touching those and able to make them feel pain just by manipulating them? Can she do that? Is that a thing?
So the word bond, so they are bonded. So all 3 of her bonds are taken now. Is that what we're saying? Because that would make sense then. Why she could fuck with the bond, because remember when she bonded with Fluffy Jr., she could feel that connection. And Karen even says he feels that connection with Hell and Hound. He can see through them. So why wouldn't you, if you're bonded to your partners, why wouldn't you be able to tug on the bond and feel each other? Because is that the whole point of Fated Mates? Like with Rowan and Selena, they can feel each other, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the whole point of that. So if they are bonded through marriage, she can fuck with that bond, which is another trope that she's fucking with, and I fucking love it. The whole bond fated mates thing.
Yeah.
Because now she's
instead
gonna
of it being all lovey-dovey,
yeah,
it's
now
like,
she's gonna use it for wrath. I love it.
Yes.
Come on, Alexis.
Oh, I love this for her. I love that this might be a thing. Fuck yeah.
I do. Turn this shit on its
She
head.
is
I love
pissed.
it.
And rightfully
I would be
so.
too.
Yes.
She's been manipulated this whole time.
Ooh.
And that's why I love the whole turning the trope on the head thing, because other women in these books get manipulated the same way, not as big as in this book, because this is supposed to be over the top, but they do get manipulated sometimes by their shadow daddies, and they're like, that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine.
Nice.
No, Lex is like,
oh my
fuck
God,
this shit.
I absolutely am fucking stoked for Bonds.
And what makes me even more giddy is we have that bonus chapter next, and we have Daddy Dearest teaching her some shit.
I love that this is their connection.
When you got Hades teaching you some shit, watch out.
And of course, I'm imagining the Hades from, is it Disney? It's Disney's Hercules, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Hades I'm imagining.
There is no other Hades other than James Wood. And I guarantee she probably thought of James Wood while creating this Hades. You have to. There is no other Hades other than James Wood.
Nope, that's it.
And what I found out is 85% of his lines were ad-lib in that movie. Yeah. A lot of those jokes were just made up by him.
This makes me want to dress up and actually watch this movie. Maybe we should set up like a
I'm
watch
about
thing.
to watch. We should watch this tonight. I'll watch it tonight.
Okay, I'm down.
I fucking love Hercules.
Hell yeah.
Meg is the shit. She's probably one of my favorite. Because she's not really a Disney princess.
I have wanted to cosplay Meg since I saw that movie.
Her proportions are just a little skewed.
Insane.
But it was drawn that way on purpose.
But that hair, like I could get the crazy hair.
Yeah. But they did that on purpose because the entire cartoon is like his muscles, Hercules' muscles are way too big. And
oh shit. What if we find out who Charlie is by watching Hercules? I'm going to be eyeballing all of the creatures.
Just like Fluffy Jr. could be Pegasus?
Yes. Oh my God. I'm going to be eyeballing all of the creatures.
It's literally the only creature that's white that I can think of in Greek mythology.
It's Pegasus?
Yeah, that is like well known to the populace.
Yeah. That, and she said something about horse something. So
yeah, like horse features.
Yeah.
That's what made me think Pegasus. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait, you actually said the word horse and about the dog creature that's growing way too fast.
And it would be funny for this goofy, hey, like dog weird thing to grow up to be this majestic, super smart, fucking badass Pegasus.
And if you think about it, isn't the Pegasus in the movie Hercules
just as goofy as yeah?
Oh my God, Fluffy Jr. is totally a Pegasus.
Has to be.
Oh my God,
I will be zero mad if she uses Disney Hercules as inspiration for some of these, because everyone loves that movie. It's hilarious. Which is not Greek accurate at all.
No.
But it's still great.
Now I really want to watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We do have one more chapter. We have the bonus chapter. Real quick, if you do not have, I think the Kindle version does not have it, right?
Nope. Kindle does not.
So if you've only been reading it on Kindle, find someone with a hard copy. I think you can maybe get it online, or maybe there's a new Kindle version. Is there a Kindle version new?
No.
Okay. There's a bonus chapter with Hades. We're going to go through that next.
Yes.
So we're just giving you a quick warning. You ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. Hades, bonus chapter, a week before the wedding.
Hopefully everyone's copy has this exclusive bonus scene. So we checked the hardcover. It didn't have it. We checked the Kindle. It doesn't have it. The paperback does. So just double check before you listen to this.
For sure.
We get a third person POV, this time with Hades, Persephone, and Alexis all in their villa on Crete. Persephone is concerned with Alexis. The whole week, she has gone nonverbal and even taped a giant X over her face. Hades, in typical dad mode, lowers his books, looks at Alexis, and says, she's fine. I guess taping X's on faces is normal in his world, but definitely not his wife's. Hades waves it off like pre-wedding jitters. Dude, you just got your daughter back and you're acting like a typical boomer dad. This is classic Ron Swanson. Quiet, stubborn, emotionally constipated, and somehow still thinks that counts as help.
Help. Even Persephone's dragon, Hydra, knows he's full of shit, just kind of huffs. She hits him with the "should we do something" line, which for men, listening translates to, "Hey, dumbass, pay attention, go talk to your daughter."
Right.
Luckily for Hades, he actually gets it. He huffs, he puffs, he literally sends a swirl of black fog rolling through the room before calling to Alexis. When she finally looks up, though, Persephone catches a glimpse of what's hiding under that taped X, and it is all pain and exhaustion.
Persephone also carried trauma from her own mother, Demeter. She never wants her daughter to feel that way, but right now she feels helpless. Hades, direct and to the point, most likely autistic like us, lets Alexis know that he is here to help. And it's actually a rare, precious moment from him. He even mentions a golden helmet with no eyes or mouth holes that helps when he's overwhelmed. She takes it, even though that's not what Persephone meant. It means more than she realizes.
It's like the Gilmore Girls kind of connection, except darker. More generational trauma.
Yep.
All right, Persephone's soaking in the moment when her own head starts pounding. It's ambrosia time. Okay, is she addicted or does she need this? TBD, we'll talk about this in a minute. She glances back just in time to see Hades showing Alexis just how well the helmet works, bonking it with a spoon like it's a therapy exercise. Raise your thumb if this is helping, he says. Alexis gives a thumb up, and Persephone can do nothing but sigh. Kronos help her. Hercules, Alexis, is definitely her father's daughter.
100%, because he was also reading
theoretical physics.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's talk some shit. Hades and Persephone are good, cute parents. I just see him on his lazy boy reading that book with his reading glasses on. Honey, should we help?
She's fine.
She's fine. With X's taped to her face, sprawled out and as a starfish.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
Hugo's nonverbal, so he gets it. So she's fine. This is what she has to do prior to the event that's happening.
And that's what I mean. If we had any questions at all, if Alexis is autistic, this answers that question because Hades is 100% autistic. She's autistic. They go nonverbal. They use helmets to help calm themselves down.
Sensory deprivation. They're overwhelmed and they want no external input.
You will not see a neurotypical do that.
I don't think
and
so.
I think
that would freak them out.
I think Persephone represents that neurotypical because she doesn't understand the connection and what's going on with the helmet, why he's banging on it. Because she's, hey, stop terrorizing our daughter. And he's like,
she's fine. I'm showing her the durability.
Exactly. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Persephone being a neurotypical. It's just she's just showing the stark contrast between the two.
Yeah. But she's also supportive of it as well.
Yeah. And then the other big takeaway is all this trauma, everything that has been leading up. And this is before the wedding. So before all that, it's just really hitting her hard. So I'm sorry, but if you are still teen professors after this chapter, seeing how she is reacted to everything, put an X on her face, crying, like she is depressed as shit. And yeah, not cool.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what part of team professors, why at this point you were still team professors rather than team mentors?
Now,
I'm curious.
Now, I get it. We're going to get in book 2. We're going to get probably a lot more backstory with Karen and Augustus, and it's probably going to be something like they're acting this way for a certain reason. They're not really assholes, which I'm fine with.
Of course. It always happens that way. Yeah.
I think at this point, we should be team mentors, and maybe in book 2, we're maybe both, or just team professors. Who knows?
Or team Drex.
Or team Charlie.
Yeah, who knows?
Or just team single and be the goddess of death.
Hell yes.
I'm down for that one.
So the quote of this one, should we do something?
Yes.
I think the we is in extra quotes inside.
I'm going to speak for every man here. When we hear that, we know exactly what that means. That the we is us, the man,
this is the we
should do something.
You get up and do this.
Because that means that we are not connecting the dots with what you are telling us. Because she's literally saying, hey, there's something wrong with our daughter. And he's fine. Hey, she literally has X's on her eyes. Hello. Should we do something? Okay, I'll go do something. So that's what that was. And it's just so funny because it's very relatable. We're like, okay, yeah.
Absolutely fabulous. I want to talk about the other quote from this one, only because Hades is boss for this one. He just says, good times.
Yeah.
And it was because he went on a rampage after going through a sensory deprivation thing, like he's recommending for her, and went through a rampage without waiting for backup. And he just chuckles. Good to see.
Yeah. Good times. That was pretty funny.
All right, let's talk about your pick for this chapter.
Obviously,
this is great.
My pick is the helmet, and it's just the interaction between the two, because being an autistic dad and having kids that are on the spectrum as well, and having to teach them these tricks, like how to deal with your emotions, because we're terrible at it as
coping mechanisms.
Yeah, as neurodivergents, we're absolutely terrible at talking emotions, bringing them out. So this is a good way for Hades to be like, okay, this is what works for me. I'm not saying it's a perfect way, but it's something that they can bond together because they are the same person. He's, hey, here's this helmet, which is obviously very personal to him.
Yeah.
So that's why this was a special moment for me and why this is my favorite chapter besides chapter 11, because it just shows like the connection with her family, Hades, Persephone, how much they love her, and they haven't seen her since she was a baby.
They immediately embraced her as though no time had changed. They loved her from that moment to this moment the exact same.
If you go back to when she had to join the Assembly of Death, Persephone was like, I'm going to make sure with all my power, I'm going to get you out of this. That is a mother. That is a real mother right there. Good
Hades
for you.
had to hold her back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. So my pick for this chapter, I am curious about her use of ambrosia.
Yes.
I'm wondering if she's using it to maybe dull her powers. I think she's an empath. Everything she's saying, she's like looking at the people and saying what she's feeling or what she thinks that they're feeling. And I'm wondering if she's just kind of like subtly, this is what they're feeling, but actually knows exactly what they're feeling. Because she said Fluffy Jr. laid down because he seemed like he was depressed. And a few minutes later, she got a migraine and took the ambrosia. So I'm wondering if she has a direct connection to people around her.
That's what it seems like. And this is a fun little play that Jasmine Mass is doing because she's making this family look like that typical mob boss family.
Yes.
Where the mob wife is always drunk, always drinking and all that stuff. But she's actually doing it for reasons. I agree with you. I forgot when I read this chapter that she is Olympian and not chthonic.
Yes.
So her powers come from her head because you said she's an empath. So powers would come from her heart. So if she's having migraines and if she's an empath, she's probably over feeling the depression coming from her daughter. Because she even said it's killing her. She literally said those words that her sadness is killing her. So I'm wondering if she really is an empath and that's what's happening. And it's just a clever way for the author to make it look like,
maybe that's why she's getting migraines, because the depression is just so
And that's
awful.
why she has to take this medication because the migraines are so bad.
Oh my God.
But it looks like an addiction, even though it's not, because this is the only way to stop the migraines. Because her power is so powerful when she feels.
And they did say that Persephone was hella powerful.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is exciting.
And then we do have a quick character call out. It is Persephone's
animal protector. Yay.
So we got a name for the dragon. So it is Hydra.
Hydra.
Now,
but it is a fire breathing.
Yeah, Hydra is a fire breathing. But my question is this, because in any mythology, a Hydra multiplies heads. And it usually starts out with 3 heads. It sounds like this one only has 1 head. So I'm wondering at some point in this book, its head is going to be cut off and everyone's going to freak out and then it'll just grow like a double head.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Well, that's the whole point of Hydras. They grow heads. Ooh. Okay, you have a 5-legged fucking squirrel.
Yes, no, that's true. Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I mean. I feel like she's making up a lot of these creatures just to be absolutely ridiculous for fun when she was coming up with some of these.
Why not? You totally can. It's your own menagerie.
Yeah,
it's your fantasy story. Exactly. Go for it.
A yellow 5-legged squirrel. I'm still trying to figure out where that 5th leg goes. I kind of want to draw it out and be a couple of different areas where I put that foot.
2 on one side so he can like keep shoving nuts in his mouth while gathering other ones. I don't know. I got nothing.
Does it have an opposable thumb like can grab?
I would imagine so. Like the front.
Okay,
like
so
the front. I was imagining three like forearms, like the front.
Its feet are different than its than the front because it's kind of like a rabbit. It's got like the long feet and then like.
So you think it has 5 of those?
Not 5. No, I'm just wondering: is the 5th one a foot or is it an arm? Or does it have 5 feet plus the arms?
It's a squirrel, right?
Yeah,
squirrels aren't the same as rabbits.
No, but what I'm saying is they stand upright and they can grab things. That's how they grab the nuts and shit with their hands. So their feet are different. So is it a 5-legged squirrel or a 5-limbed squirrel? And why do we care right now?
I don't know, but I'm looking at the skeletal system of squirrels right now, and they are definitely different. So
that's what I'm saying.
That's a good fucking question. Now I don't know what this squirrel
That's what I'm saying.
like,
this is blowing my mind right now. If we ever get an interview with her, I have to know where she is placing this other limb of a squirrel. I get the 2-headed bird. That's
that's easy.
But a 5, did it say legged or limbed? Like Google squirrels since you have the Kindle.
This one's got 5. That's creepy shit. I don't like that at all.
What is that?
I don't like this at all. Nope.
You find a picture?
Yep. So I think it looks, oh my God.
What-legged?
5-legged squirrel is what I
Oh my God.
It's awful. Oh my God. Like, I am not okay now. I'm not okay.
Oh my God. That is wrong.
Is it the one that's holding the nut? With the middle one? Yeah, I don't like that at all. No. Nope. Nope.
My screen's so creepy.
A yellow squirrel creature with 5 legs.
Google 5-legged squirrel. It should be the first image that comes up. It literally is holding 2 peanuts. But look at it though. Like,
bro, I'm not okay. I really wish.
But it works. Okay. But it works though, doesn't it?
It does. And that's what I was thinking. So, also.
But look how short it is.
Do you think it's real? It looks like it's taxidermy, clearly. So is that a real arm or did they just attach another arm to it? You know how they do at those silly museums or the Ripley's Believe It or Not. It has 12,000.
That's that's got to be terrible.
The Boston Museum of Science taxidermy. There's like a zombie squirrel here. Man, what the fuck have I done?
You're going to be on Squirrel Talk today. Like, our 5-legged squirrels. But okay, real quick, let's break down the anatomy of this thing. If it was running, that's not a bad idea because it could still hold that other peanut while running because that limb's short enough to where when he's running and climbing and shit, he can just tuck that baby up in his tummy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Hold an extra nut. It might help with climbing faster too, to be honest. That's an extra limb you can dangle with and shit. They like to dangle. Oh, there's a cute one of him napping.
I'm freaked out. All right.
That's a good way to close out our finale.
Holy hell. Okay.
5-limbed squirrels. And we found a photo.
Good luck, everyone, with that photo. I'm not sorry. You should all join me.
I'll make sure everybody sees the photo. Kidnapping, betrayal, surprise marriage to not 1, but 2 emotionally damaged warlords. Welcome back to Spartan Center. I'm Imus of Apollo.
And I'm Pallas of Athena. The season's wrapping, but not before Alexis Hurt turns Sparta upside down. From unmasking killers to accidentally getting hitched to her nightmares.
It's the final whistle to the Blood of Hercules, and trust me, the last plays of this game are pure carnage. Spartan Center starts now.
Kicking off the finale with a shocker in Chapter 28, turns out our masked kidnapper was none other than Theros, running his own Zeus-born extermination league. Talk about a guy who peaked in myth and never recovered.
Yeah, man's been on a serial killer season arc. Alexis breaks free by literally shatting her own hands. Full UFC ground and pound survival mode. Then she and Helen go tag team against a Titan, no weapons, just spite.
The play clock's dying, the Titans closing in, and Alexis calls the wildest audible of the season. Leaps them straight to the Dolomite Coliseum.
And when she spots Theros in the crowd, she doesn't hesitate. Straight NFL blitz to the jaw. No flags in the play, just pure vengeance. Chapter 29 drops more twists in the playoff overtime. Alexis isn't just Broody Bunch adjacent, she is Hercules, the lost daughter of Hades and Persephone. Turns out the Crucible's been hazing royalty this whole time.
And her power? Pure chaos in liquid form. Her blood doesn't just hurt people, it destroys. We're talking, oops, killed an immortal levels of power. The pain in her chest finally makes sense. Every time it hit, someone dropped.
Meanwhile, the Broody duo ran the dirtiest 2-man trick play of the season, trapping her into a double betrothal so they could dodge marrying Olympians. Real bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
We also finally get the baby Hercules mystery solved. During a Titan attack, Vico from House Hermes poofed her to Montana to save her. Passed out, woke up to blood, assumed she was dead. The scar on her chest? Yeah, that's not just for decoration.
And when it's all too much, the lies, the revelations, the surprise, you're married twice moment, Alexis hits emotional overload. One breath later, she poofs out of there. Nobody knows where she landed, but safe bet, it's not anywhere good.
Alexis poofs back home, and the scoreboard's already wrong. Where's Charlie? After a panic search, she finally hears her name, and there he is. Same kid, but back to signing like a pro. Cue the Hot Topic version of the 4 Horsemen. Grief, guilt, awkward family merch, and also please don't die.
Charlie drops the bad news. Fluffy did not make it. Alexis goes full guilt mode. She knows Nyx wasn't there to feed the dog because Alexis vanished. Instant regret. You can see it on her face like a coach who just called the wrong play on 4th and goal.
Then Karen shows up. Full-on protective Karen energy. Points a gun at Charlie for breathing wrong. Bad call, ref. Alexis doesn't blink, though. Touch him and I will kill you all. That's a walk-off threat if I've ever heard one.
They haggle like contract negotiators on the clock. Alexis will come back, but only if Charlie comes with her. Both sides sign the trade. Poof! Game clock stops.
And Chapter 31 kicks off with wedding bells. And by bells, alarm sirens. All of Sparta's packed in for the event, and Alexis is giving runaway bride if the groom was a war crime.
And guess who's officiating? Fate herself, because of course she is. Stepping into metal like the league commissioner with a god complex, she leans in, all smug, and says, "So glad you're taking a chance on the killers." That's a bold opening line for a ceremony.
The ritual starts, they chant some creepy Latin, and boom! The bonds are locked in. Bracelets fused, and everyone's clapping like this is the setup for a true crime docuseries. Then fate drops the kicker. You may now kiss the bride.
Except it's not that kind of kiss. People start poofing out of there like it's halftime fireworks, except for a few who apparently want front row seats, which is exactly when...
Hi, Miss. Are you eating popcorn?
It's tradition, big moment.
You don't need to watch this either.
Fine. I'll just listen to the play-by-play. You know what I mean?
Oh, my goodness. Moving on, Chapter 32 shifts the camera to Patro, and let's just say he's not handling the wedding news well. He's pacing, fuming, probably breaking furniture like he's in a Spartan version of Real Housewives, Olympus edition.
Yeah, Patro and Achilles are both ready to throw hands, and probably a few lightning bolts after finding out Karen and Augustus tricked Alexis into marrying them. You can practically hear the revenge montage music starting.
But then comes the weird moment. Patro mentions a scar on his chest. Same spot as Alexis, same size. Sus.
And guess who also has one? Karen. That's 3 matching marks on 3 dangerous Spartans. Sounds less like coincidence, more like ticking time bomb. All right, folks, this is it. The first real spice chapter in Blood of Hercules. Yeah, we've had tension before, but this is where the thermostat breaks. It starts with Karen asking to kiss the bride, and Alexis running on fumes and trauma thinks, sure, what's one harmless kiss? Spoiler, it's not the kind of kiss you put on a wedding announcement.
Yeah, our boy goes south like he's training for Olympic Hunger Games. Man's got dedication, stamina, and clearly no sense of moderation.
He calls it punishment. She's not allowed to finish for an hour. I'm not saying that's cruel and unusual, but somewhere even Zeus probably looked down and said, damn.
Then Augustus tags in, and it's less romantic handoff and more cirque de debauchery. Let's just say the man knows his way around creative angles.
Yeah, he's pulling moves that make a yoga instructor need therapy. By the time it's over, Alexis has seen the stars, the void, and possibly the inside of her own soul.
But here's the plot part that actually matters. Karen's power connects emotions. When he touches someone, they feel what he feels. That's why she could hear the hellhounds, why the nightmares felt like live broadcasts from his head.
So, between psychic bleed-through emotional feedback loops and the fact that both these dudes basically use her trauma as pillow talk, let's just say romance looks a lot different in the underworld.
And when Alexis finally tries to leave, Augustus decides to prove why his nickname is War. He tightens his grip, literally, and the world fades to black.
Not exactly aftercare, but definitely a cliffhanger.
Chapter 34 throws us back into Karen's POV, and shocker, our resident Grim Reaper's been playing Puppet Master this whole time.
Yeah, he watches Christos die, connects the dots that Alexis is Hercules, and instead of, calling a therapist, the dude gets inspired, full-on chub, and a 5-year plan to use her as a golden ticket out of Olympian marriage jail.
He even confesses to sending Hell and Hound to keep tabs on her, watching through their eyes like some mythological drone pilot. Definitely stalker behavior.
But hey, in his defense, he did call dibs, and as we know, there are rules. You have to respect the dibs.
Closing out the finale with chapters 35 and 36, starting with Augustus's POV. He's carrying Alexis to bed like it's some twisted honeymoon moment, and the man's internal monologue is basically, now that we're married, my powers are stronger, and I'm gonna hunt down everyone who's ever hurt her.
Yeah, because nothing says love and devotion like weaponizing trauma and calling it teamwork. Dude's out here giving Punisher vibes with a god complex.
Then we flip to Alexis, who wakes up to see both her new husbands sleeping next to her like it's just another Tuesday. She's over it, furious, done playing nice.
And here's the kicker. She reaches into those shiny new bonds they force on her and make them feel her pain while they sleep. Straight up psychic payback.
They wanted a monster?
Oh, they got one, and she's just getting started. We head into overtime with the paperback exclusive bonus chapter, and honestly, it's one of the sweetest plays of the whole season.
Yes, we jump to a week before the wedding where Persephone's worried sick. Alexis has gone full mime, nonverbal, sitting there with a giant black X taped over her face. Total cry for help.
Meanwhile, Hades is doing his best dad in a recliner impression, lowers his book, grunts, and says, she's fine. Classic boomer dad move. Persephone hits him with the universal, we should do something, which he naturally trained to, I should do something.
So he actually does, and he brings out his golden sensory deprivation helmet, the I can't deal with feelings today model, and offers it to her. Not what Persephone had in mind, but Alexis loves it.
Next thing you know, Hades is bonking her on the head with it like it's a toy, and Persephone standing there like, fantastic, another Hades.
It's this rare, wholesome family moment, neurospicy bonding at its best. But it ends on a subtle note. Persephone's migraine kicks in, the kind she treats with ambrosia. Makes you wonder, is she an empath? Maybe she's been carrying everyone's emotional weight.
All right, time for our Spartan Center Top 5 Replays of the Week.
Coming in at number 5, we have Nyx and Fluffy Jr. forming their own special bond.
Nyx finally found someone she doesn't want to eat. Growth. At 4, it's Alexis being reunited with Charlie.
Finally, a man in her life who doesn't try to stab her, stalk her, or propose marriage through mail-order body parts. And coming in at number 3, we see Hades and Alexis sharing a special daddy-daughter moment involving his golden sensory deprivation helmet.
Nothing says quality parent-child bonding like, here, sweetie, put on this sensory deprivation helmet while I whack it with a spoon. In our number 2 spot, we had the professors giving Alexis what they consider a 1-hour punishment.
Nothing says punishment like being eaten like a final cupcake at a birthday party where everyone's on Ozempic. And finally, our number 1 replay of the week goes to Alexis and her goal for murderous revenge against her now husband.
Her husband's wanted a wife. They got a final boss.
And that was your top 5 replays of the week.
Spartan Center Top 5 Replays, brought to you by WDSL's Spit Roast 3000. Double the pleasure, double the power. Because when sex and war join forces, nobody's walking straight out of battle.
And that's a wrap for Blood of Hercules. From curses to confessions, betrayals to betrothals, Alexis Hurt just redefined what it means to survive the crucible.
Yeah, the rookie season is over and she's walking into the assembly of death with blood on her hands, a crown on her head, and 2 overprotective psychos calling her wife. That's a hell of a stat line.
But don't hang your helmets up just yet. We'll be back for Bonds of Hercules, where the body count's higher, the stakes are lethal, and the gods? Still the worst HR department in existence.
For Palace, I'm Imus.
Immortality is not a right. It's a privilege. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Booked for Two.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to help other book lovers find the show.
Follow us on socials at Booked for Two Podcast for behind-the-scenes content, updates, and sneak peeks. We'll also post next week's chapters every Sunday, so you can read along.
Join us for our live Q&A. We are back to Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. We'll answer your burning questions, react to your theories, and occasionally overshare our book-related emotional damage.
Want even more chaos? Join our Discord. The link's in our bio. Come hang out, chat books, get early access to exclusive content.
Finally, don't forget to subscribe. Finally, don't forget to grab your merch at bookfor2.com.
Until next time, keep turning the page.